Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Tuesday night tradition continues as it is open mic night with Driving to the Top Productions team. My name is Big Rich Richardson. And as always, to my immediate right, it's the leader of the ship. It's Adam. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, folks? How we doing? Sorry I couldn't be on the show over the weekend for the after talk of the Ohio State game. Obviously, mad computer connections, and I was working before the game. Then I went in and watched the game and came back out, and here we are.
And next to him, to his right, Haas, what are you doing, dude?
Let's do this. Cheers. What's up, fellas?
Where's your bag?
Right, but
What?
Too early to bring out?
It's gonna just surprise it at the end.
They haven't lost the game yet, so he doesn't have to wear it.
there you go. Right below him is Dylan. Dylan, how you doing, man?
Good boys, and let me tell you this: my NFC. I guarantee you, nobody's going to have my NFC North.
Probably not.
We'll hold on to that one. Rav, you're the center square again tonight, buddy. How you doing, man?
How are you gentlemen doing? It's almost here, football season, man. So I know we got all this other stuff out the way. NFL is upon us. We get to watch the Eagles smash the Cowboys on Thursday to start.
Yes, we do.
We're in full circle in my state. We start week 1 of high school and the NFL this week. We're now in week 2 of college. Texas is a week ahead of us. I don't know who else started already or didn't start in their state, but
Shit.
we in full
We're
circle
week.
right now.
Haas, this is week 4 in Georgia where I do radio. Week 4. They started August 15th. Ken the Bear fan, right below
Hawaii
my
started at
square.
the beginning of
How you
August.
doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm sharing to the Twitters of the world, minus the Ravens, because the Ravens, I guess, hate football. Ravens Twitter booted us for posting a football talk show that wasn't only about the Ravens. So they must, I guess they hate football in Baltimore. Yeah, so can't wait for tonight. Hey, Rav, how you doing?
One more reason to hate the Ravens. You're
Well,
on
that's
mute.
just a weird thing too. Is like, and Rav has seen my collection. I have a couple signed Ravens helmets. I was there for the Super Bowl in NOLA. I've got the hat from when they won it and everything. And we don't like football shows on the Ravens. They're the only ones, by the way. So the Bills were on Bills Mafia, the Raiders, everyone else. But oh no, not the prickly Ravens. No.
Hey, and by the way, Ken, this year the Bears and Ravens play. So you might get a little revenge on the football field this year.
Oh yeah, there will be.
Yeah, I was on mute, but he's learning what I've known for a while, that Ravens Twitter is competitive in the creative space. That's not breaking news to me at all.
Bunch of crybabies.
And down on the bottom square, Jeremy, how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. Ready for football. 2 more days.
Yeah, 2 more days till the regular season starts. We got 2 more divisions to do our previews for tonight, as well as giving all of our division winners and our Super Bowl predictions. So we got a lot to get into tonight. So let's jump into the NFC South first. We're going to do like we've done before. We'll hit each team individually, 60, 90 seconds. Then we'll go back through and give our standings for the division after we've done each team individually. Jeremy.
I thought the South was last week. This week is East and North, right?
No, we did the East last week.
Because it says NFC East and North on the tag up there.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
All right.
We want those Cowboy fans to talk about real football. See, so
right, that would be the
good recovery, buddy. Good recovery.
But yeah, last week we did the East. We're doing the North and South this week.
Okay.
So let's start things off with a team that has a new full-time quarterback under center. He finished out the season last year as a rookie. Let's talk about Michael Penix Jr. and the Atlanta Falcons. Jeremy, what do you see out of those guys?
I see them as the 3rd best team in the division, possibly an 8 or 9 win team. They got a great defense on paper, but it hasn't been put together yet. I trust Raheem Morris as far as I can throw him. And Michael Penix looks like he could be a quarterback of the future, but he's got Kyle Pitts, who's allergic to catching a ball in the end zone. And he's got Drake London, who is great between the 20s and seems to disappear at times in the red zone, too.
All right. Dylan, where are you at on the Falcons?
There's a lot I like about the Falcons. I love Bijan, love London. I think Mooney, if he's healthy, will be right. I just worry about Atlanta defensively because last year Atlanta could score points, but the Falcons couldn't get pressure if number 87 significant other sneeze or sneeze in front of 80,000 fans. I think in the division, I think Atlanta can put up points, but I'm not sure the Falcons can stop anybody.
Hoss, where are you at on the Falcons?
You know what I'm going to say about them. I hate them motherfuckers. They are our Ohio State if I was a Michigan guy. They are our Red Sox if I was a Yankee fan. They are my Real Madrid if I was a Barcelona, which I am a Barcelona fan.
Ooh.
We fucking hate Atlanta. We always bring up the 25-point Super Bowl lead when it comes to want to talk about, we're going to be champions. And like, we're calling you no ring, whatever. Yeah, they got some weapons. Yeah, they got who was the number one freaking pick in fantasy football if it wasn't Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Drake London. They got him still. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Like I just named all these guys. It's just who's going to take that quarterback position. I kind of wish Kirk Cousins would still take over because I don't want to wish injury on him, but he's getting of age. I don't know if he still got it. Michael Penix still a little fresh, especially from his time at Washington. But Jeremy made a good point. He said third best team, so that must mean he thinks the Saints is the second best team along Tampa Bay at the top. Don't say Carolina. No.
I do.
So moving right along, Adam, where are you at on Atlanta?
I don't know. Atlanta's schedule didn't look that tough as I broke it down. I have them at 10-7, believe it or not.
I have them 9-8, by the way.
All right, so I'm 2 games off of Haas. All right, I don't feel that bad right now.
I mean 8-9. I'm sorry, I said the wrong one.
8, no, I'm still 2 games off.
8-9. I got them 8-9.
I mean, obviously the question is Bijan and Penix, and that's the main concern. Can Bijan carry the team? Because second-year quarterback, is he going to be like CJ Stroud or is he going to strive? We'll find out.
Rav, where are you at on Atlanta?
It's pretty hard to pick between them and Carolina. I mean, I went through this one back and forth. I probably spent more time because they're very, very close. Penix, I think I like, but I'm not all the way sold. I am very sold on Robinson. I am very sold on Drake London. I think offensively, I think they have more potential, I think, than Carolina in that division. Their defense, I don't know what to make of it because they spent a lot of draft capital on their defense. Pierce and Javon Walker and a lot of those guys are going to be starting a couple more rookies, Bowman. So I think there's some potential to be good on defense. So that's why I think they're probably the second best team in that division.
Ken?
So it's funny because on Paramount Plus, I watched Stan last night and made me think of this team. Will the real Atlanta Falcons please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Because I don't know where to put these guys. Like what Rav just said offensively, they got weapons. And Darnell Mooney's a hell of a 2. They've got weapons. And then you've got really probably statistically speaking, the best damn backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Right, with Kirk Cousins on the bench, because let's face it, the guy puts up numbers when he plays. He's going to win you regular season games. If you want to call him a regular season quarterback, fine, do it. He's one of the best in the business, maybe him and Dak. So I don't know, honestly, I don't like these guys to win the division. I don't think the other teams are. They're going to be solid. They are going to be challenging for this division in a playoff spot. And I think they're going to fail in both. But they're going to be better than two of the other teams in this division. So yeah, I kind of see them in second place right now. I see them as this team trying to find their identity. Like, what are they? So please, will the real Atlanta Falcons this season please stand up and let us know what you are?
Trash.
Yeah, And I got to agree with a lot of you guys. I mean, I think it comes down to Michael Penix, comes down to Raheem Morris. How much does this team improve? We saw some signs when Penix was in charge of the team last year. Can they keep it up for a full season? Can Penix keep it up for a full season? Really curious to see how that's going to play out for them. I think they'll contend for a wild card spot, but we'll see how that all plays out. But another team that one of you guys mentioned a little while ago, the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young kind of had that cranial rectal inversion get cured last year. And, it seems like they kind of come together a little bit with Chuba Hubbard as Ken's losing his mind down there.
I love that was great. Cranial what?
Cranial rectal inversion.
In other words, he bent over, grabbed his ears, and made a loud popping noise.
Right.
That's great.
But so let's talk about Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Ken, you want to start this one off?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it only took 6 minutes to get out to all the different Twitter groups tonight. So I lied when I said 5 minutes, Rich. Sorry. Look at it. This is a team.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And the only team from this NFC division out of that group, by the way, is NOLA. The Panthers aren't represented in X here tonight, nor are the other three, or Tampa and Atlanta. Anywho, so look, this is a team that's on the rise, right? And since they made the trade that got him Bryce and gave Chicago that haul and got rid of DJ Moore, there's been questions about ownership and GM, this, that, and the other. And then they get rid of some really good defensive players, some of them now in New York, or one of them now in New York, right? So I mean, what is this team's identity? Well, I think they're starting to form it. And they are a team, I think, that is on the uptick. Is it enough this year to move them into second place in this division? Probably not. But is it enough to make them not the laughing stock of the NFC? Most definitely. I think they're a much improved team overall. They're going to be interesting to watch. They're not the pushover team they were last 2 seasons. This team is – look, they were able to get rid of the safety blanket and Adam Thielen. And trading Adam Thielen doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's a big deal. He was the safety blanket. He was the trainer, if you will, for the quarterback who had, what was that called again? A cranial rectal what?
Inversion.
Cranial rectal inversion.
Inversion, right. Well, guess what? You know what? He is done with this Padawan, and now they were able to send them back to the land of Skull. And that said a lot to me when they were willing to trade Thielen, because that was his sole purpose in life there, was to be the safety net, to be the guy to help mentor and train. I think they're starting to make that they're still trending north. They're not great, but they're going to be better this year.
Jeremy? Whoops, I'll wait on Jeremy. Hold on a second. Adam, let me hear what you think about him. Oh, go ahead, Brad. What you got? Oh, I thought you were saying something. Adam, go ahead.
Oh, all right. Obviously, Bryce Young, biggest question, I believe. And the running back situation, what is it going to be a mess? Who knows? But I don't have them. I have them being third in the division.
What do you think?
You say me?
Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. Carolina, Bryce Young's turnaround was unbelievable. I'm serious. I mean, he looked terrible the first couple. I mean, that was he was really in the bust category if I ever saw it. They even benched him, I think, just because out of injury and dumb luck, like he got back in and turned it around. So the fact that we're even having this conversation is a testament to him turning it around. They're going to be okay offensively. I mean, he mentioned traded away Thielen. They did get Mariota in the draft, who's going to start. McMillan is going to start for him. So that's good. Defensively, I just don't see it, though. That's kind of why I have Atlanta ahead of them. I don't think there's anything there. They got Derek Brown there. But on defense, they're just – I don't think you're going to be able to stop anybody. They're going to be at the bottom of the league in defense, which is why I don't think they're ahead of Atlanta. But, I mean, Bryce Young turning this around is astounding. I mean, he really looked bad like his first season in the first half season. And for them to get anywhere with him is incredible.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, where are you at on the old Carolina Panthers this year?
I have them as the second best in the division. I said Atlanta 8-9. I got them 9-8. And the reason why is because they did add a couple pieces on the defense. And Derek Brown is a very good defensive tackle. He's not just an okay one. He's a very good one. But the difference I saw in Bryce Young was the biggest thing. And to replace Adam Thielen, they went ahead and signed Hunter Renfrow back to the active squad. And I think that's going to be a guy that's not over 30 and able to do everything Adam Thielen was able to do, still be the safety net.
Dylan, what's your thoughts on the Panthers?
I like Carolina more. Christian McCaffrey was still playing for them, but that's another story. I like Carolina if you told me J.C. Horn playing all 17 games this year.
I didn't think about it. I'll look and see.
I think Carolina and Atlanta will be battling for second place. I mean, would it surprise you if one of those teams made a good playoff run? No, but I wouldn't bet my full 1K on the Panthers making the playoffs.
Oh, come on. Do it.
Ken,
Haas, where are you at?
Ken, I'm betting my full 1K on the Bears making the playoffs this year.
That's a better bet.
Okay. Haas, where are you at on the Panthers, man?
I think I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna say I have them last in the division. I mean, they haven't been good in like almost 10 years. In 10 years, the last time they went to the Super Bowl when they had Cam Newton at QB.
And then Cam peed his pants in Santa Clara.
Yeah, and I mean, all the time I ever liked the Panthers was when they had one of our boys from the backyard, Jake Delhomme, at quarterback. That's the only time I ever rooted for Carolina. I mean, now that they got rid of Moore, who's he going to throw? Who's Bryce Young going to throw to? Is he going to throw to Xavier Legette or Hunter Renfrow? You got Campbell coming up, McMillan coming up, and then you still got Hubert in the backfield. Oh, and by the way, this is the only Panther game I'm looking forward to this season is their week one this week because we're getting brother versus brother. We're getting Travis versus Trevor, even though Trevor's just going to be on kickoff return because he's not going to start over Hubert. So I'm ready to see the Etienne brothers go head-to-head week one. But I got Carolina finishing 3 and 14.
Ooh. So not any improvement at all in the Panthers. Wow.
No.
Okay, so
I love it when we
move
get people in the division. I love it.
Yeah, let's move to the Florida status of this division.
I
And
can't wait
those
to see the
guys,
Ravens
pirate
go
ship.
5-12 tomorrow.
How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Let's start things off with Adam.
Tampa Bay. Can Baker Mayfield carry this team? That's my biggest question on this team. But I do have them winning the division and also being 12-5.
This ought to be good. Haas?
Well, it hurts me to say that, yeah, Tampa Bay is not skipping a beat. If I'm correct, aren't they back-to-back division champs or three-peat? Okay, so they are back.
You would be correct, sir.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I mean, hey, even though he's with a division rival, I loved him ever since he stabbed that flag on Ohio State's 50-yard line. And another thing that hurts, even though he was not good with us, they gave a good quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater a spot on the roster, even though he's not a starter. I mean, they got everything. They still got Rashad White. They still got Mike Evans. They still got Sterling Shepard. They still got Chris Godwin. They got a loaded off. They still got a loaded offense. Their defense was irrelevant when they still had Devin White, but Devin White's not with them no more. So I mean, I don't know what their defense is going to go. But if they were to win the division again, I would have them going
unprepared.
Real talk 13-4 if Baker can get it right.
With the first place schedule outside the division, woo! That's awful. That's an awful lot of them.
Yeah, Dylan, what are you thinking about Tampa?
Well, it's simple. Best team, best run team, best quarterback, best combination of weapons, and I think Emeka Buka is the perfect guy to learn behind Mike Evans and Chris Godwin when he comes back. I mean, Tampa's loaded. Levante David is like fine wine. That guy ages. More gracefully than who was the old female singer? Cher, Cher, CHL, Cher.
Share.
Thank you. Levante David ages like Cher, and the Bucks will win the division going away.
Rav, where you at on the old Tampa Bay Bucks?
I'm still on share.
Hopefully, David doesn't get
Rav, right? If we could turn back time, right?
Yeah, she's dating somebody your age, Dylan. So there you go. Yeah, don't lose hope there if you like share. Even though she's like 80. Football, right? Tampa is, I think, the team going to the. They're probably the one team besides Philly and Detroit that I think that can go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. Baker Mayfield, you talk about Bryce Young's transformation, but Baker Mayfield is legitimately a top 15, almost top 10 quarterback in the league. He's been fantastic for them. Their offense, they got the best group of receivers, I think, in the entire NFL. We talk about a whole unit of 5. They're really good. Defensively, I think they're good too. Todd Bowles always has a good defense. I think the Bucs are really good, very underrated. So the easy best team in this division, not close.
Ken, you want to follow that up?
Well, as the guy who lives in Florida, class of the division. I mean, the number 1 overall pick when he was drafted, then gets shafted by a team that can't find a way to not implode on itself whenever they finally get a good thing in Cleveland. Took a year or 2 to refine himself, then comes to Tampa and they say, hey, you're the man. And guess what? He's the man. Baker will do Baker things like Stafford does Stafford things in LA, and Baker will win games that you don't think they'll win. Oh, the first place schedule. Yeah, they played that last year, and guess what? They marched right into Detroit and did what? So
1 by 3.
Yeah,
exactly. They won the game. So I think like they are a legit Super Bowl contender in the NFC, much like the Rams are, and much like the Rams are the only team that's going to make the playoffs out of the division. They had a hell of a draft. That wide receiving room just gets stronger. They got one of the most underrated tight ends in football. That kid last year, my God, like you are, dude. Otten, man. Did you see that? It was like an MMA fight, man. He was getting punched, knocked, hit, run over by a truck. Then they threw a train at him, and then he just got up and ran another play. He's like, okay, what else you got? Well, we're going to drop a building on you. Yeah, whatever. Let me do another play. I mean, I like Tampa a lot. They're going to win this division easily.
Jeremy, your thoughts on Tampa?
Well, first, I got to give respect to Ricky Sakat. He's one of my biggest fans on the Facebook side, and I always play the same music for him I do for Smoking Dad. That being said, they're the class of the division. They're winning at least 11 games because outside the division, the schedule's rough. There isn't a single double-digit team in this division other than Tampa. I mean, you can't say it any easier than that. So I got them at least going 10-7, if not 11-6. I can care less if they lose a weapon or if they lose a running back. They somehow plug someone in and they make plays.
Yeah, Baker's my fantasy quarterback. Actually, my big league, I have Baker and Irving and Evans. Because Evans is Evans. You know, when he first came out of A&M, you thought, yeah, okay, he's going to be pretty good. Well, now 10, 11 years in, he's borderline Hall of Fame right now. And, that's going to be a really tough team for anybody to beat, even come playoff time. So they're the class of the division, I think, but we'll go from there.
You can take that borderline off with Evans, too.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's over that border, brother.
Well, but we go to the New Orleans Saints. I'll go ahead and lead off on them. I just don't think they're going to be very good, period. I feel bad for guys like Alvin Kamara. Can Chris Olave stay healthy? Will they have any protection for whoever's going to quarterback this team? There's a whole lot of question marks on this team. Kellen Moore, I thought was a decent coordinator in Dallas. I think he's walking right into the middle of a hornet's nest that's got him destined for failure unless the Saints are willing to give him 5 years to rebuild this team. So that's just where I'm at with them. Ken, you want to go next? We're going to let Haas go last on this one.
Yeah. So Hoth, I was going to bring out a brown paper bag for you, but already know you got that covered. Look, this is a team. I think it's just they're in cap hell, straight up. This is the legacy left to them by Sean Payton. Take note, Denver. I think they're massive sellers at the trade deadline. You need a running back? Kamara is going to be there. You need a wide receiver? Yeah, have Olave. Their highest paid player right now is their gadget play guy. And I love the guy. And Nola loves the guy. He's their highest paid player right now. He's gone too, I think. I think this roster, what's starting to, this week, by the end of the season, is completely different. And I think there's a lot of guys, come on, Rattler is not the answer. Nola long-term, and they know this. However, after what happened in college football this weekend, they may be reconsidering who they want to take number one. So I think they're battling for the number one pick in the league, and they need a massive overhaul, and they need to gut it. And some of the fans are going to hate for saying this, but Kamara, Olave, all these guys got to go. They got to unload at the trade deadline, sell it all, fire sale it, get what you can, a bunch of seconds, thirds, fourths. I doubt you're going to get any firsts for anyone, but just fire sale it, suck for the next 2 or 3 years, and then you'll be a playoff team again.
Yeah, Jeremy, where are you at on the Saints, man?
If they win 4 games, they're lucky. That team is awful. You got Spencer Rattler, who they tried to say was baby Mahomes coming out of college. Only if Chief Frog threw up. That's about it. That guy's so bad, he could look up and see the bottom of a dime on the sidewalk. That's how bad of a quarterback he is.
Jeremy, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. Tell us what you really think, okay?
They're awful. They're trash. They make the Colts and Danny Dimes look good.
Rav, what do you got, man?
Jeremy, you almost had me to the last statement. Danny Dimes, I don't think it's that bad.
Danny Dimes is exactly like Trevor Lawrence, so don't diss Danny Dimes because you're dissing Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, Jeremy, don't bash my quarterback here. Let's go.
Only 1 QBR point separates them, buddy. Only 3,000 yards, and that's because Trevor played 10 more games. Good Lord, come on. And the same amount of touchdowns and interceptions. And the same play in the same postseason result. And the same postseason result. It's Sunshine Jones and Danny Lawrence. That's who it is.
Did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Oh, I'm sorry. I was jumping in for JB there. He was on
the Germans did bomb Pearl Harbor, so no, we did not.
No, Animal House, JB. Animal House.
I know. I'm giving you shit back, though.
By the way,
anyway, Rav, where are you on the Saints, man?
Jared Goff's wife played the playoff game because it looked like Jared Goff peed his pants against the Commanders.
All right. We're talking about the Saints. Talking about the Saints. The Saints, you could count on a few things the last few years. The Colts being way under the cap, and the Saints being way over the cap. And Ken hit it right on the head. He's talking about why these guys are still there. They can't get rid of them. Kamara, Demario Davis, and those guys. That's why they're there. That's why they're their best players and holders. The good news is I think they're finally getting out of that cap hell. They can go ahead and move forward. They have a better coach. Picking Rattler was the right decision. I don't know if he's a good NFL quarterback or not, but at least he's an NFL quarterback. I think he's at least a backup quarterback. So you're not going to win this year. I think he's an NFL East backup quarterback. But they're not going to win this year, but at least they're moving out of that cap space. They had a terrible coach with Dennis Allen, so they've gotten rid of that. So they're on the right track. Up until Saturday, you would say they're taking for Arch Manning, but that would have been. But maybe now they're taking for Nussmeier or Drew Aller or whoever it is.
Aller.
And I'm
Drew.
making a bold prediction right now. Arch Manning will still be the number 1 pick because the
wow.
Saints are going to
Probably.
be pivotal this year. I think the Saints might end up with the worst record this year.
You got anything else, Raph?
Oh no, that's it. That's it. Saints
right,
are
Adam.
not good.
I have them
talk to you
going
about
2
the
and
Saints,
15, and I have all the same questions you guys have, so I don't need to repeat them. But they need to clean up. They got to get out of this cap shit.
Hey, Dylan, you and the Saints.
Are marching in.
To last place on mute.
You're on mute.
The Saints
There you
will be
go.
marching in the 1 pick in 8+ draft. Go Hoss.
Yeah, Hoss, this is your team. Go ahead.
Screw you guys. We gonna be the 1972 Miami Dolphins. We going perfect season and win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Maybe Owen
So,
Yeah,
said
drug test sent to Louisiana.
Oh, somebody
I'm just
just did a fantasy draft on Madden for the
I'm
Saints.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Hoss, did you become a Packers fan overnight? You talk like one.
Yeah. No, I know. Since Breeze left, it's like
There's a lot of new Packer fans all of a sudden. I've noticed that too. Yeah, that's
Like
a
a
whole
big-
nother.
it's like a big weight hit our backs after Breeze left. And the only thing they did right, they damn near fired all the coaching staff, and they got all new fucking set of people in the office. So we're making right progress. I mean, despite the whole, I thought Tyler Shuck was going to be the starter, but I mean, I'm going to give Spencer Rattler his flowers. I mean, we'll see what happens. I thought he was good in college, especially when he went to South Carolina. Kamara could help lead the team. You know, if something happened to him, we got Kendry Miller, TCU boys back up. Sorry, Rich. I know at wide receiver.
I like Kendry Miller. I called his high school games. I thought Kendry Miller was great.
No, I just made it as like, I figured you like a Baylor guy and don't like TCU.
I am, but I'm okay with TCU.
Wide receivers, you know, we still got Brandon Cooks and Chris Olave mainly. Rashid Shaheed, especially in special teams. If Olave can't stay healthy, they got Trey Palmer maybe to step in. Yeah, 3 big key players out that we could use. Will Clapp out, Taysom Hill, Foster Moreau. Probably be Eric McCoy going back at center to replace Clapp with Trevor Penning, Taliese Fuaga, Kelvin Banks Jr., Cesar Ruiz. That'll probably be your starting lineup. Jawan Johnson will probably have to step up at tight end. D-line, you know, you still got Brian Brees, Devon Gocho, Cameron Jordan, Chase Young, DeMario Davis at linebacker, Pete Werner, and Jalen Ford, I think is the other one, or it might be Isaiah. And then your DBs, Justin Reed, Alante Taylor, Kool-Aid McKinstry, maybe. Coolest name ever, by the way, Kool-Aid. And Isaac Yildirim probably be your special teams. But we'll see what happens week 1. I mean, I don't think they're going to beat the Cardinals, but if we start 0-2 and we can't beat the 49ers, this will be me.
I mean, Hoss, when Taysom Hill is the highest paid guy in your roster and he's a gadget play guy who doesn't really have a position, that should say something.
And we don't want, after what happened Saturday, even though it was just one bad game, they are off the Arch train. They don't want Arch Manning for the Saints no more.
Saints were like 80, 90 million dollars over the cap. I saw it 5, 6, 7 straight years. All they could do is restructure the guys that they had. That's why these guys are now older guys and they're still there. They couldn't do anything else. It was crazy.
You know, it's going to be sad because I've seen it happen a lot. Let's say they get the number 1 overall pick. They're desperate for a quarterback. They're going to go draft a fucking tackle.
We need Taysom's replacement. We need a tight end receiver, running back, quarterback. That's what we're going to look for at number 1 pick.
Well, it ain't going to happen because they don't like to draft LSU players. They're not getting Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier is going to Miami or Indianapolis. You can get ready for that. They like to draft Big Ten players. They'll draft fucking Ohio State lineman before they draft Garrett Nussmeier. Is that they love their Big Ten boys.
Well, now we get to the moment of truth with the NFC South. Let's go first through fourth. Your predictions for the division this season. Let's go ahead, Haas. Start us off, buddy.
Oh, by the way, I said 9-8 for the Saints at least. Maybe that's their best record is 9-8. Worst record 0-16 or 17.
That's some
Okay.
range.
All right.
That sounded so awful. I had to wipe my eyes.
All right. Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
It's those black and gold glasses.
I love this homerism here. I love it.
Dylan, where do you see the NFC South, man?
Tampa, Atlanta, Carolina, Aints.
I despise Atlanta.
Jeremy?
Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, ain't.
Wait, let me just go ahead and put this on while I hear all this. This one's for Lee Corso. For you, Lee Corso. You're going to be missed.
By the way, at least
We're going full blown Kurt Angle over there. All right, Rav.
Yeah.
Give us the north. Give us your South.
Bucks win about. It doesn't matter. They'll win 10 games. That'll be enough to win the division. It might be 10 to 12. I think like 11 wins for them. I think the Falcons probably win 8 games as well. Carolina, I think about 7. And I don't see the Saints winning more than 5 games. Really, I think it'll be 3 or 4. They're going to be second pick in the draft.
2 wins for the Saints.
Go ahead, Adam. You're up.
I got
I can't even sit
Tampa.
I got Tampa. Still, I'm laughing so hard.
I got Tampa 12-5. I got Atlanta 10-7. I got Carolina 5-12, and the Saints 2-15.
I'm just keeping myself organized. That's all.
Yeah.
I ain't getting lost like I did last week.
I think we just need to put Hoth in the center screen, and that's all on the side.
I'm just glad I'm very appreciated by y'all because I appreciate y'all in return. Y'all get shit.
We got him right next to the logo, though. I mean, how you doing, Jamie?
Hey, Marcus, look at the bright side. This is a good year for you to wear that bag because it may end up having good long-term rewards.
Archie Manning sucks.
Great.
I'm gonna go.
You can't judge just one. It was one game, Adam.
I'm gonna go. Tampa wins this division as the only team that represents NFC South in the playoffs, and the rest really doesn't matter because none of them are making the playoffs. But it's gonna go Atlanta, then Carolina, then the Aints.
Jamie about to come at me hard on this, and
I'm gonna go
beating our ass.
Well, I'm going to go Tampa, Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans. New Orleans fighting Miami for that number 1 pick. So, Jamie, you got what's your NFC South's going to be?
I got Baker's Bucks, who they should be calling them that. I don't know why the NFL or the bigger media conglomerate doesn't catch on with that. But Baker's Bucks win the division. Go 11-6. They win a free year's supply of Popeye's chicken for because Baker Mayfield's the spokesperson now for them. Anyway,
damn, they take our chicken from us too.
And good point, Marcus. I have Atlanta going, so I got to. Sorry, I said. Did I say Tampa going? I got them 11-6 winning the division. 11 or 12, I think, is appropriate. I got Atlanta going 9-8. I think they're going to be an NBA team. Their offense is going to be great, but they don't know how to play defense, and that's why they're going to be 9-8. And I think Raheem Morris is going to be on the hot seat and replaced at the end of the year, even with a 9-8 record. That's happened before. And I think I got Carolina going 3rd, 7-10. Big step up for Bryce Young and Coach Dave Erie Canales. And I got the Saints going 3-14, number 1 pick, baby. And even if it is an Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, the
No,
LSU
they won't-
kid, or Cade
They don't like to
Klubnik.
draft LSU players. They rather Big Ten players. And then
Or
next game,
Cade Klubnik wouldn't be bad either.
he was ass Saturday. We don't want him.
I don't judge. It's one game, dude.
Hey, Hoss, are your eyes off center? Is one hot eye every
Yeah.
other?
You got to see how
Yeah,
they
it's
do the
cross-
whole
it's
year.
cross-eyed.
You can't
I'm
judge one
cross-eyed.
game.
I made it cross-eyed. So I'm like, look, I'm looking through one hole with 2 eyes.
I'm gonna see
Well,
how
guys,
the
now-
these quarterbacks actually play.
Oh, God.
You can't judge one game.
And
Well,
the
guys,
Yankees
now
are
we get
fucking
to what's-
kicking our ass.
Now we get to what's going to be one of the more entertaining portions of our program here for the
Oh,
season.
fuck me. This
As we get into the NFC North, just wait, tune in tomorrow
yeah.
night to when Adam and I work with some of these guys to do the NFC North. But all right, so the NFC North, I'm gonna let you two guys go last. So let's kick things off with a rookie/sophomore quarterback, rookie in play, sophomore in title. The Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, and that crew. Jamie, go ahead and kick us off, man.
Guess what? This might shock you. Second place in the division, 12-5. Yes, I said 12-5 because here's why. Kevin KOC is a quarterback whisperer, and he went 14-3 with Sam Darnold until it was prime time, obviously. But here's the difference. He's already maxed out. A QB whisperer can already max out so much with a guy like that. McCarthy, he's not maxed out. He can max more out of him as a quarterback whisperer in his rookie year than you can with Sam Darnold. So I think 12-5, second place for them, I think, in my opinion.
All right, Dylan, what do you see in Minnesota?
I think the Vikings might have the best coaching staff in the league, and I'm going to shock you. Kevin O'Connell's not the best coach on the Vikings. Brian Flores is. I think Minnesota's defense is average, below average, but Brian Flores makes it seem better than that. I think the
next Steelers head coach, Brian Flores.
I think the Vikings are a definite playoff team this year. And Minnesota might have maybe the most talented offense, either Minnesota or Cincinnati, throwing Philadelphia.
If they were healthy and not suspended, yes.
Yeah. Haas, what do you think of Minnesota, man?
Man, I figured with all the damn drama with the fucking cheerleaders or dancers, whatever you want to call them, it's just going to bring them bad luck. I mean, then you got J.J. McCarthy starting. He missed all last season with an injury. How's that's going to go? But remember, if it don't work with him, you still got Carson Wentz to take over that team. I mean, I don't know how who's the running back? Is it Aaron Jones or
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones, yeah.
Ooh,
Jordan
Aaron
Mason.
Jones. Ooh, Aaron Jones.
And Jordan Mason right behind him.
Yeah, I remember they still got Ty Chandler, right?
No, they let him go this offseason.
Oh wow! See,
When they got Mason, they let him go.
The only key player I knew they still had was from LSU, Justin Jefferson. That was always their like biggest threat to defenses. But I don't. If they rely on J.J. McCarthy, I feel like it's going to be a rough start. And then if he was a starting wide receiver, I remember Rondale Moore got injured. But I don't know if he was one of their like other receivers. He's still out with an injury. That's a key loss.
Naylor.
I have them going third in the division, but not the record you would want to have at third place. I got them going fucking 4-13.
What the?
Woo! 4-13.
In third?
Yeah. Like
Oh boy, this
look,
is going to be good
I
because I can see what's
look,
coming right now.
Wait,
This is what happens when you let an NFC South guy predict one of the best divisions in the league.
Look,
It's
I was
about to get
drunk.
worse.
Look, I'm not going
It's
to
about to get worse, boys.
I'm going to confess. I think I was drunk.
There we go. What
I
up,
think I was-
though?
Can I
Lions
just
rule,
say-
Bears rule, Packers lactose intolerant.
One
the
more
Vikings
thing.
are
One more
actually-
thing.
Yeah, you were
Or
drunk,
one.
Marcus. Anyway,
I must
go
have
ahead.
been drunk because I had them going 0-9. Starting off 0-9. Starting off 0-9.
Wow.
You definitely had too much Bud Light, dude.
You had their first win against the Bears too.
Ken invited me on the show. I had to give him some love.
That was
All right,
something
here we
stronger
go.
than Bud
Hit
Light,
it,
there, bro.
Jeremy. Hit it.
I'm telling you. Let's move that. Go ahead.
Stop. We're gonna get canned from YouTube.
For
We're
what?
not going to get
For
canceled.
what?
All right, so Ken, you've
That music
carried us
is
over
on
the
a
century mark,
soundboard.
and
It's not even
viewers,
licensed.
just
It
to let
hasn't
you
got
know.
me in trouble for 3 years.
Yeah, Dylan.
Ken, did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Over
You
100.
carried us over the century mark. Thank you.
Yeah, I made a Lions fan mad that I put the Vikings third.
I got the Vikings coming in dead last in this division, and I've said
No,
this
it was
every show.
It was the 4-13 record. That's what.
Wait till you hear my Lions pick. I'm gonna make all of Jeremy's crew mad at me.
No,
I
you're
have
not
the
really.
Vikings like possibly the worst team in the freaking league. I don't know why. That's just the way it played out in my mind. I have unless JJ McCarthy's not their quarterback.
You haven't listened to anything Ken has been saying. He said that division's going to be a great division.
I didn't even talk to you, Jeremy. Jamie, let me talk first before you quote me.
I didn't say the other three teams. I just said these Vikings are going to be really, really bad. And I've said this all year. I've said this on a lot of podcasts on this show.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Rav, okay.
I think they're fighting for Archie Manning.
They can have
After 1 year of JJ McCarthy.
Maybe.
I think the conversation that we've had kind of sums it up. Like, you don't know what to think. Like, this roster is really good. I've looked at it so many times. Their offensive line is really good. Good draft picks, maybe best tackle group in the league. And as far as that goes, they have really good receiver. Justin Jefferson, we're all going to agree on that. Aaron Jones, I think, is a good back. Defensively, they have some good players. But the thing is with them, do you believe that McCarthy can do what Sam Darnold did and take them to 10, 11 wins? I don't see it. Don't think so. I don't think that he can. I watched a lot of Michigan games. I seriously question that. I think they're questioning it too, which is why they brought Wentz in, because if this goes left, we're gonna have to have something, and maybe we can get a Wentz like a Darnold season out of him. So I think they're third in the division. It's tough in this division because it's really hard. A lot of these teams are really grouped together, except one, I think.
No. Jeremy, Minnesota.
As a Michigan fan who watched him the entire national championship year, when he played the weak teams, guess what? He was damn near flawless. I think he had 3 interceptions and like 18 touchdowns during that 5-game stretch. As soon as he hit the Big Ten, he wasn't even throwing 25 times a game. He was throwing more picks than touchdowns. And he also would panic, and he had bad mechanics in the process. So KOC may be a QB whisperer, but he didn't get to work on all that problems last year. And he just started working on them this year in this offseason. They will struggle. I see at best a 7-10 record. I have them taking 3rd or maybe 4th in the division.
KOC is a corner man.
Okay, Ken. You gonna
Well,
follow that up?
Yeah, I mean, look at their defense is insane. Number one, their defense is insane. They threw all kinds of crap at you. They throw your sink, they throw your commode, they throw the porta john outside, otherwise known as well, I'm not going to say what we call it in the military. Look at their defense is ridiculous. They've got weapons. They've got quarterback. That's the question. That is their question mark for each team. The MC North has questions. That's theirs. Now look at I said this last year about Sam Darnold, and everyone said, oh, my God, they got the guy who sees ghosts. They're not going to win more than 2 games. I said, look, all Sam Darnold has to do is bring out his inner neck beard, be Kyle Orton for a year. Do that, and you win a lot of games. He did that.
And you get paid.
There was one other person that agreed with you that they'd be a very good team last year.
I know. I'm not saying you didn't, JB. So look that's my same thing I got to say about JJ. As long as he just plays in the system, it's not the case he's a quarterback whisperer. He's got a good system. And as long as he plays within that system, they're going to win 10, 11 games. They have a ceiling. They're between a 7-11 game, somewhere in there. It depends on JJ. And that's the problem. Is the one question they have is can he stay within the system? Now, if he decides he needs to be the hero, if he decides he needs to create stuff outside the system, that's where he's going to get in the trouble. Also, he'll get in trouble once the pressure comes from the NFC North defenses, which, by the way, there's a ton of it this year. So they're going to be in the dogfight. And I'm going to say this now before we get to the Final Four. I'm going to say this when you guys ask me how I'm ranking the division. Flip a freaking quarter. Who wins this division? Flip a freaking quarter. Who finishes in last in this division? Once again, flip the goddamn corner. I'm going to say this right now. All 4 teams in NFC North are going to do something that's never been done in the NFL. All 4 teams are going to the playoffs.
Whoa!
8:51.
This is why you listen.
September 2, 2025.
The only caveat I'll make of that, at minimum 3, but they could send 4. It just depends on how they do outside the division. I think basically division, no one's going to go 6-0 in the division. The worst anyone goes in the division is 2-4 within the division. This division, the parity in this division, much like the NFL, is too friggin' close. And if they answer that one question they have about JJ in any kind of the affirmative, they're going to win a lot of football games.
Well, that's something bold. You got to give it that. I think the Vikings. The Vikings have some questions, but on top of that, they've got a really good team. Yes, is it going to be a McCarthy-led? He's smart enough to know that he doesn't have to throw the ball a million times because he's successful with.
He already did that in Michigan. Harbaugh told him
with Michigan, right? So he doesn't have to throw the ball 75 times. The other part of it too is, I think, and I'm going to go on a limb on this one. I think you're going to see Jordan Mason take that starting job from Aaron Jones by like week 5 or 6, maybe even sooner. That starting job at running back is going to be Jordan Mason's, and Aaron Jones is going to be the one spelling him. Once Jordan Addison gets back from his suspension, that's going to make a big difference. I think are they as good as last? Are they going to have as good a record as last year? No. Are they going to finish 4-13? No. I'll let you know where I'm at whenever we do the rankings on the division. But I hate that Jason's not here to represent his team. But let's go ahead and talk about my dad's second favorite team. The Pack is back. So
that's all you need to know.
Yep. I heard it.
But anyway, so let's just start with Ken on this one, okay?
So look, the Packers pulled off the biggest move they've made in probably most of our lifetimes here, if any of you guys are under the age of 40, with Micah Parsons. It made them better in the aggregate, but made them worse as well. Their run defense, which was already not the best, got a little bit worse when they got rid of Kenny Clark. And now we find out that Micah's got back issues, which will be lingering, which will be an issue for the rest of his career. It's still a good trade for them, don't get me wrong. This also is going to put the onus on Jordan Love this year to prove he's worth $55 million. And, maybe it'd help if his receivers didn't have hands that were cast in concrete, or if he didn't throw the ball every freaking time at 18 million miles per hour, even though the guy's 2 feet away. They are a good football team. They've got a very good running back. They have a wide receiving room that overperforms, even though they underperform a lot with drops and whatnot. Drafting Golden Tate. I will say Golden Tate. Geez. Drafting Golden was something they haven't done in 2 decades. Look, this is not your dad's Packers team. In the last year and a half, what have they done? Spent big money in free agency. Packers don't normally do that. Drafted a wide receiver. Haven't done that in 2 decades. Just pulled off the biggest trade in Packer history since the beginning of the Favre Rodgers era. Actually go back to the 80s. So this is a very good football team. They made this trade because they knew they were lacking in overall talent in the division, and they just upped their game on that. They did get better. Where they're going to fall, like I said, I'm back to the flipping a quarter thing. Their big question marks are this year. Is Jordan Love worth the $55 million? Right? Is he worth it? But he's never put together a whole season that's good. It's been a half of this season, a half of this season. In fact, he very rarely even puts together a full, complete game. He'll be utter trash in the first half and then be Superman in the second. Like, what's going on here? Or vice versa. So for them, I think this Micah Parsons move is kind of an all-in kind of move because of what it does for them financially for the world time going forward. I think they got a steal in Zach Tom, who's like a third, fourth round pick, who's now their anchor on the line. They keep growing them out in Packer fan Ken's backyard. I swear, these linemen, they are a good team, but teams are going to run on them. They are going to run them. Watch Jeremy's Detroit Lions run the piss at them this week because they know they can. And oh, by the way, Micah's on a pitch count because of the back injury that Packer fans say doesn't matter. Yeah, they're going to run all over them this weekend. And so, I mean, that's where Green Bay is at. They were a very good football team. This trade benefits them more outside of the division than it does in the division. This trade really helps them when they play that team that can't establish a run game, and then Micah's going to eat, and he's going to eat well, especially with Rashawn Gary on the other side. Their secondary, though, is very suspect. So if you can establish the run and you can do play action, you're going to put up yards and points on these guys pretty easily. Their offense, like I said, Jordan's got to prove something. But once again, they're going to win somewhere between 7 to 11 wins, and they're going to the playoffs. JB, I think he said he's muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, and one last thing.
Sorry about that, guys.
One last thing before Jeremy.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha.
He said it best.
All right, Jeremy. What do you got?
The way you beat Micah Parsons is run at him. And if he's on a pitch count, guess what? Every time he's on the field, don't throw a pass. Run right at him because he has a 35% win rate historically against the run. As a matter of fact,
it's what the Bills did when they played Dallas and Buffalo. I was at that game, Jeremy.
It's what everyone does. It's what everyone does, Jeremy.
We're going to pound it at him against Dallas. That's what happened.
Okay. And the Lions did the same thing in the game that the only reason why they lost is they called back the Decker 2-point conversion.
The Packers.
Jesus.
Sorry. Go ahead, Jeremy. I'll go ahead.
Anyways.
Sorry.
The love being a question mark is that because let's see, the first half of the season, he didn't look that great. He didn't look horrible against Philly, but he didn't look that great. Then he gets hurt. Then he comes back. That Malik Willis went 3-1 in those 4 games, and they set him down, and they lost the next game because Love threw a pick 6. Love does not look good for any more than 8 games at a time, and it's usually just the second half or the first half. It's nowhere in between. It's not an entire game. That defense, that secondary has more holes than the Vikings defense, who suck at corner. And they got better at corner with who they signed off of waivers just recently. So I think the better secondary is in the 2 best secondaries is Chicago and Detroit right now. I think 3rd is Minnesota. I think 4th is the Packers. And you don't know. You don't know who's going 7 wins. You don't know who's going 11 wins. But guess what? I only know of one team I'm going to give 12 wins to, and I'll tell you that later.
Hey, JB, real quick. You know what's funny? They lose one of the top 5 corners in the league, and Packer fans brush it off. Oh, well, he's nothing. In the 7 games he played for them last year, he had better numbers than some corners do for an entire season. And they let that man leave the building, and they say, whatever, our backup is just as good. Come on.
If their backup was so good, they wouldn't have made a wide receiver a cornerback.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, go ahead.
Okay, this is a Dylan prediction. It's gonna be crazy though. Remember when Dylan last year on the show, you got Ken, you weren't here for this last year. Dylan said on this podcast, the San Francisco 49ers will not make the playoffs, and everybody thought he was crazy, and it didn't happen. Well, how do you like this one, Dylan? the Packers are going to go 14-3, and they're going to win the division. They're going to beat the Lions twice. They're going to go to the Super Bowl, but they're going to lose to Buffalo because Buffalo's going to run the ball with James Cook down the Packers' throats like Buffalo did to Parsons with the Cowboys.
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl,
Jamie, Jamie, not only am I picking the Packers to win the division, I'm picking the Packers to represent the NFC. I've got a rematch of Super Bowl 32, only this time Green Bay is going to win in the Bay Area.
Well, that makes sense because they're going up against
we'll get to that in a little bit.
Jordan Love against a sophomore quarterback. So
that's my guy, Mike Kimber, who's a part of one. I'm trying to remember the name of the damn channel out there in Grand Rapids. He does sports talk with the ESPN radio out there on the huge show. Lions Talk by Chat Sports. His name is Mike Kimber.
Yeah.
He's actually on the radio on the huge show with Bill Simonson.
That's pretty cool.
At least no one made Motown Mitch laugh today. That's always good.
So
Motown Mitch is back again.
Dylan, go ahead and give me your Packers opinion.
I said Green Bay's division and lose. Reminds me of when the Packers got Reggie White, and Reggie White helped the Packers win the Super Bowl. I think Michael Paulson's going to help the Packers win the Super Bowl.
Except Reggie White could actually stop the run. Parsons.
There we go. I was going to say, Parsons has a 35% win rate against the one.
Micah Parsons is not the Minister of Defense. Just stop.
Reggie White at least could stop the run, too.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the Packers, Ed Oliver couldn't stop the run when the Bears and Chiefs played.
He's still one of the best defensive tackles in the league.
Let Rav speak.
All right. So everybody wants to take the Packers now, right? Because you got Micah Parsons. It's like chic to take the Packers because they got one of the best defensive players in the league.
I'm doing it to go Jason.
I do think it moves them closer to Detroit, but I still think that their issue. I will say this: they had to do it. I don't care about the draft picks or anything like that. They needed a dynamic player. They were badly missing that on their whole team. So to get Micah Parsons is huge. They know how to draft. They could go 2-3 years and still have second picks. They're still in second simply because I don't think Jordan Love can take them where they need to go as far as that at quarterback as well. I'm still got my questions about him. He's good, but I'm kind of agreeing with I haven't really seen him be really good for a whole season in a close game and all those things. So I'm not sure that they're going to do more than actually go to the playoffs and get knocked out. But it's tempting after you get a guy like Parsons to go ahead and take him.
Adam, where are you at on the Packers, man?
Let's see. Obviously, we all have the same questions. Mika, Love, how they're going to do. I think they're going to do pretty well. I have them 11-6.
Okay. Haas, where are you at with the Packers?
Complete.
You're muted, Haas.
Well, before they had Parsons, I had them being a decent team this year. I mean, I feel like Jordan Love's been there quite a while to kind of say as a veteran QB now. He's been there long enough. They still got, picking up Matthew Golden in the draft was good. I think it's going to be like him and Jalen Reed as like the two intended receivers for him to throw at. They still got Josh Jacobs at running back. Tucker Kraft, who I did draft as one of my tight ends in one of my fantasy leagues. So they got a pretty stacked offense. Now that you put Parsons on defense, I feel like the defense might get a boost. But kind of a spoiler here. I forgot week 1 they're playing the Lions in Lambeau. I thought it was in Detroit. No, they're playing them in Detroit on Thanksgiving. So sadly, they're probably going to get swept by Detroit because I had them winning. I had the Lions winning week 1. But now that they're playing Detroit on Thanksgiving, they're going to get swept by Detroit. But sweep Minnesota and maybe share series with the Bears. It depends how bad the Bears really will be or not if they step up. But I got at least Green Bay finishing decent may sneak into playoffs with like a 9-8 record.
I think the signing of Parsons is big, but it's going to take him a minute to get used to the system and all that sort of thing. So, you got to give him at least 4 games to get to that point. Going into the season, I figured they were going to be a good team. I mean, you got another year of Jordan Love. Drafting Matthew Golden, I thought was huge. I like the receiving core. I like the running back. I love Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is extremely underrated. And
they couldn't do
he's going to have a big role.
He's going to play a bigger role with Green Bay now that he couldn't do shit with the Raiders.
Hey, real quick, Rich, for you, the Packers bye week is week 5, so that's going to help Micah Parsons out too. So really, if you think about it, they can work him in the first 4 weeks, and then they're going to get the bye week. So come week 6, he should be fully integrated into that defense by then.
Exactly. So now comes the entertainment portion of our program. Okay, Ken, your heads. Jeremy, your tails. I'm flipping a coin. Winner goes first.
Hey, let the division champ go first. It's his division until someone takes it. So I'll defer to the Lions.
All right. So Jeremy, you're last because it's your team. Okay. Dylan wanted to start off on this one. I'm afraid to say this, but go ahead, Dylan.
Oh, he's going to be brutal like he was a few weeks ago. But anyway.
Guys, I wanted to one-up myself with my bold prediction of last year when you all gave me stick about San Francisco missing the playoffs. Well, guess what? I found my team to be bolder. I think the Detroit Lions missed the playoffs. I'm sure I'm probably on my own. But I think Detroit lost so much from last year, both coordinators, and I think the most underrated loss, Frank Ragnar. Plus, Detroit played 3 outdoor games all season last year. Detroit plays everybody away from home this year. They play Green Bay, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Washington, Philadelphia. I see the Lions going 6-11, 7-10, and not even being a part of the playoff consideration. I think Dan Campbell's ego is bigger than it needs to be, and I think the Lions are in deep trouble this year without Ben Johnson and the old DC.
Adam?
Yeah, everybody's.
I have the Lions winning the division even with the coordinators gone. I have them going 12-5. I wasn't
Rav,
kissing
where
your
you at
ass,
on
Jeremy.
Detroit?
It's just the way it played out.
Oh,
I know.
Rav, where you at with Detroit?
I think Detroit's still the best team in the division. I have some concerns. When you lose both coordinators, that's a thing. I don't care how good you are. You losing, you have to change, going to make changes on both sides on defense as well. The offensive line was easy the best in the league. Not really, but it's still really good. I do like Tate Rutledge, the draft pick, so that'd be good. But I have less concerns about the Lions than I do any other team. Aiden Hutchinson is a beast. I can't wait to see Aiden Hutchinson, how good he does during the season. Their secondary used to be a concern, and now I think is one of the better secondaries in the NFL with Brian Branch and Joseph. So I think I have less concerns about the Lions. But can you win a Super Bowl with him? That's the only thing. Like, I
push back on this all the time. I push back on this all the time because if you go back and watch that Super Bowl he lost, he threw 4 touchdown passes that were dropped.
Yeah.
That was like having the Packers wide receivers out there.
That was with Sean McVay, though. That's not.
But I'm just saying. That's the same. It's the same thing. He made it to a Super Bowl. He should have won if it wasn't for drops.
Okay,
that's the same thing. Everybody forgets that 2 were dropped in the end zone by Josh Reynolds. 1 was dropped in the end zone by Brandon Cook. 1 was dropped by their tight end Everett.
You're still kind of missing it. Can you think Jared Goff can outplay a Lamar Jackson? or a Pat Mahomes or whoever it is, Josh Allen, whoever it is. You're confident.
Wait. Before you answer that question, guess who's the only active quarterback in the NFL and college that is undefeated versus Pat Mahomes? 5-0. Take a guess.
Well, it must be Jared Goff
It is Jared Goff. It is Jared Goff. He's beat him twice in the pros and 3 times in college. Twice in bowl games and once at the beginning of the season. Yeah, Mahomes is the factor. It's Ed Reed that was the factor in Kansas City.
But anyways, you done, Rev?
Yeah.
Haas, what do you got on Detroit?
Okay, so okay, Jeremy, I gotta be watching you clearly so you can hear my take on the Lions.
Oh boy, he's gonna go hard.
It has been a long. This is one team within the last few years that deserves a damn Super Bowl with how good they have been recently. There's no other coach like Dan Campbell I have much love and respect for that's got a passion for his team right now. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is what tobacco is he chewing? Because that boy's teeth are so black every time he's in a press conference talking. I think he's chewing tobacco. He's hitting that Copenhagen or something while he's on the mic like that. Man, I love his passion and all that for his team. I wish we had coaches like him, especially in New Orleans, but that would never happen. Jared Goff, I gotta give him his flowers after watching the quarterback documentary. I didn't really rely on him coming out of college when he was with the Rams, but after watching his documentary, like, he's a family man. I gotta give him his love now. They still got, you got Jahmyr Gibbs not running back, but I'll still give Montgomery his love too. But I take it Jahmyr Gibbs will be the first string running back. St. Brown, probably one of the best receivers I ever saw. He's another guy that deserves a championship. This team did throw it all, and I'm shocked they never got it done with Barry Sanders, which that should have happened a long time ago, but it never happened.
When you have Scott Mitchell as your quarterback, that doesn't help.
Well, yeah, but anyhow, I feel like it's been a long time coming. Y'all been through a lot of dark clouds. This is y'all chance to go. Same with Buffalo. This is both these teams. This is their chances to prove doubters wrong and get to the Santa Clara or wherever Super Bowl is and play for one and try and win a first. I still got my money on a Super Bowl with two teams that have never even been to it or won it. And I want that. I want a Lions-Bills Super Bowl. I wanted that last year, and we didn't get it. Here's the chance. And besides seeing the Cowboys getting embarrassed on Thanksgiving, I'm now looking forward to seeing Lions win on Thanksgiving now. And y'all started the Thanksgiving tradition, too, by the way, playing on Thanksgiving first.
In 1934.
Jerry Jones gambling asked me like, oh, well, I could do that too. I spent $800,000 on the whale. And I got the Cowboys. I'm going to play on Thanksgiving too. Because I'm a gangster from Arkansas.
They were doing that long before Jerry Jones got the team, man. They were doing that when Bum Bright owned the team.
And Tom Landry gets the coach, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so moving to Jamie, Packers.
Lions.
No, we're Lions. We're on Lions.
Lions. Sorry.
You got Jamie Mead and JB.
Yeah, I got the Lions going 10-7.
Coming in and out.
But guess what? Here's what I think. I think they go 10-7, win the wild card, but they win a playoff game. They do that. They flip the script on what Washington did to them. Washington went on the road and beat Detroit. I think Detroit goes on the road and wins a wild card game at 10-7.
Was that fight in Denver against themselves or what?
I don't know, but I also forgot to mention I have the Detroit Lions having the best record in the NFC at 14-3.
Woo! That's a hot take.
Yeah, it is.
Just like the Ravens, they both have the same record, 14-3.
Well, now you're kissing Rav's ass too, huh?
No, Rav, I said that when we talked about the AFC North. I said Baltimore was going to have the best record in the AFC.
Just walking with you.
Ken, it's on you, man.
Yeah, have y'all not been watching or understand? There's an arms race in NFC North. This division is stacked. There is an arms race in the North. Okay, the Lions kind of started it with the Vikings, and then the Bears got in the mix. Now Green Bay's joined the party. Look at this is their division until they lose it, point blank. Are they going to lose it? Well, like I said before, flip a quarter. They have their questions too. Is Morton Salt Company going to be the OC they need? Sure, he was there for the inception of the offense, but the play calling is different between Morton and Ben Johnson, right? The defense, once again, they kept continuity, but it comes down to the guy calling plays, what those differences are going to be. Jeremy's heard me say this before. I've had some questions about the O-line with losing 2 starters. However, like Green Bay, they seem to grow them out. Look at Flint, Michigan is good for 3. Here's Flint, Michigan. The water sucks. The tires are good, and they grow linemen out behind JB's tire shop. Okay,
that's because they're drinking the water.
So I mean, and Hutch is back. So the funny thing about all this with the Lions this year, you know where the biggest impact to the Lions is? Green Bay getting that trade, because now they're going to have to pay Hutch probably $50 million next year, right? They're running into that. They're about to run into that cap wall. They've got a couple years left. Well, they're okay because they got $40 million right now, but they've got a couple years left where they have a lot of room to maneuver. But they're going to start to feel that pinch probably a year or 2 down the road. They are still a very good football team, but like the other teams in the North, they have questions. If you can answer these questions in the affirmative, they're going to win at least 10 games. Does the O-line hold up? If the answer to that is yes, they're going to be fine. And then how is the play calling with the 2 new coordinators? I'm not so concerned. Yeah, they lost AG, they lost Ben. They are going to feel that. But if the guy but by keeping the continuity, as long as the play calling's on point, they're going to be okay. The difference is going to be like when Ben would drop some wackadoo play. Does Morton do that? When AG would bring the house and get the stop, does the new guy do that? Those are going to be interesting. So once again, they've got a couple questions. Dan Campbell's going to be Dan Campbell. The Lions are going to be the Lions. They're going to be a tough out for anyone, as is the entire NFC North for that matter. This is another team in the North that's got a crap load of talent on it. And if you were to cut half their starters today, they would all be signed within 10 minutes to other teams in the NFL to start. So, and you could say that for pretty much every team in the NFC North right now. So it's their division until someone says otherwise. I think maybe they go 4-2 in the division because of the way they catch Green Bay. But I think they're going to split with Chicago. They'll probably split with Detroit.
Minnesota.
Or I mean, with Minnesota. Yeah, Detroit's going to split with itself. Well, you never know. I mean, if you watch the stand, but no. So they'll probably go 4-2 in the division, but they're going to be in the playoffs, and really it's their division till someone knocks them off. But they're going to be there. They're going to be there, no doubt.
All right.
And a lot of you guys bring up a lot of really good points. I like to try. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year, but I think they're going to be really good. I have a little bit of question on the interior of the offensive line. With the loss of Ragnow, how is that what is their depth like on offensive line? Because we all know you're not going to, unless there's some sort of an anomaly like the Eagles last year, you're not going to have the same starting 5 for 17 games. So, what's their depth like on O-line? The defensive line, I think, is really good. The defensive backs are really good. Linebackers, I think, are good, but I want to see a little bit more out of them. I'm a big Amon-Ra guy, but I said this a while ago, and JB, you echoed it whenever I brought it up. I think this is Jameson Williams' breakout year. I think he has an absolutely fantastic season. I really like what the Lions are going to do. It's going to be fun to see. I don't think they're as good as last year, but they're still a really good football team.
Rich, let me add this.
Man.
I didn't say this about J-Mo. Let me add this real quick. He could have a breakout, but I think for him, like last year, it's make or break. If J-Mo doesn't have a year that mirrors last year or is better, the Lions may move on because he's coming into money time. And the first couple of years, J-Mo didn't produce. He produced great last year. If he doesn't match that production or do better, he could be gone. That's another one of those questions that they face this year. I'm sorry. Go ahead, JB.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he
all
did
right.
get
all yours, Jeremy.
He did get the 5th-year option, so he's here next year no matter what, because that's fully guaranteed and a high dead cap to get rid of.
Yeah,
they're not getting rid of him. So He's here for another year no matter what. So he actually has 2 years to put up or shut up, not just one. That being said, Hutchinson has looked fantastic on film from what I've seen in camp. Everybody I know, including Mike Kimber, who goes to camp, has raved about how good Hutchinson has looked against starting offensive lines of other teams in the joint practices. Marcus Davenport looks the healthiest he's ever been. He actually had a couple days where he owned Panay Sewell, one of the best tackles in the league. When you say best tackles in the league, there's the one that's from the Chiefs, Lane Johnson, Rashawn Slater, who's now hurt, and Panay Sewell, and you can interchange any one of them at the one whenever you want. That's what you hear all the time. So, I'm not just blowing smoke on how good you have to beat that guy. But that was at the beginning of camp, too. I haven't heard much of that happening since. But the fact that it happened is pretty impressive for a guy that just came off a UCL tear. The other thing is, Jared Goff has had back-to-back 4,500-yard seasons with Detroit, with twice as many touchdowns as he's had interceptions on the season. So, and last year was the first time we had 2,000-yard running backs 2 years in a row, but with the same tandem coming into the season. Because 3 years ago, it was Swift and Jamal Williams. So we've had back-to-back 2,000-yard running backs. We've had back-to-back 4,500-yard seasons with spreading the ball around with Amon-Ra getting the bulk. And I think it's going to be closer, but I still think Amon-Ra edges out Jamison Williams because of the targets that he brings in. I just think he's going to edge him out. He's still going to get his 1,200 to 1,400 yards a year. J-Mo's probably going to get 1,000 to 1,200. It'll be improved because as long as he keeps his head out of his, that cranial rectum inversion, as long as he keeps his head out of there, he won't be suspended for a couple games. And last but not least, we improved our secondary by getting rid of CD3 and letting the Patriots sign him for $20 million and getting DJ Reed, who's a better rated cornerback, while everybody dogs on him because he led the league in illegal use of hands or defensive holding, whatever they call it. He still plays better at 5'8" than CD3 did at 6'1". So, and Rock Ya-Sin is good depth. Avonte Maddox is good depth. Amik Robertson's back healthy. Hassanine's supposed to be back in 4 to 6 weeks. Terrion Arnold has stepped up huge and is going to be a massive CB2 for us this year. And we saw the progression last year. Through the first 8 weeks, he had 8 PIs. He only had 2 the rest of the season. So that's 9 weeks with only getting 2 PIs and a couple defensive holding goals. So I think we're going to go 12-5 because we're taking a step back from last year 100%. I think we're going to lose more games on the road than we do at home this year. I think this year we're going to be the home juggernaut. I think people are saving up to go to games now instead of blowing all their money during the regular season. But it'll be more of the wine and cheese playoff people.
You're muted, Rich. You're still muted.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. My bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had my mouse another part of the screen, and it's my bad. So we got one team left in the division. That's
the
right.
Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bulls, stuff like so let's kick things off. Jeremy, go ahead and start things off for us. Ken will go last. So Jeremy, start us off.
I think they're better than last year automatically on accident because Everflush was a horrible coach. Ever lose, ever flush, ever stink, ever pump, whatever you want to call them. It wasn't good. So I think they're automatically at least a 7 or 8 win team, and I'm going to give them 8 and give them 3rd place in the division automatically. That's where I'm at on them. They have a great defense. I think Caleb may progress, but if he has a sophomore slump, all bets are off. And it doesn't matter about the O-line at that point because it matters about his decision making.
Jeremy, is you guys gonna play the whole game against them this year?
We played the whole game last time.
No, you let
Damn
them
it,
throw
JB,
those.
you just destroyed his narrative.
We didn't lose to them.
No, I mean like let them not throw them
you-
balls around and play defense the whole 60 minutes.
Oh, yeah, well, we got a different defensive coordinator who wants to be more aggressive. Kelvin Shepard was a part of this team as the passing game coordinator, but AG ultimately called the plays. And you could see there was times when AG would call something and it would look stupid, and Kelvin Shepard looked pissed off on the sideline. So I think that's why he's our DC.
Every new DC says that always.
No,
They're
I'm
going to
talking
be
about
more aggressive.
no. I'm talking about if you watched them last year, and when AG didn't do what Kelvin Shepard wanted, you could tell it was visible on his face.
I'm not disagreeing, but every time a DC comes in, he'll say that every time. We're going to be more aggressive. 100%. I've never not heard that.
Raboy, let me defend JB's position here because there are a lot of fans in Detroit who are very happy to see AG go. Like, he's a good defensive coordinator, yes, but a lot of fans in Detroit hated his play call. And what JB is saying that the guy they kept the continuity with will be a more aggressive play caller than AG was. And that's just not because he's saying it because he's a new guy. It's just more his style, whereas AG last year at times wasn't as aggressive, which goes to the are you going to play the full 60 minutes against him comment.
So, the Bears, Jamie.
Last place, but 9-8. I think they're going to be, their offense is going to be fun under Ben Johnson. I think Caleb progresses. Their O-line is going to be much better. Their defense is going to be a work in progress, but I think they're going to score a lot of points and give up a lot of points. 9-8 for the Bears.
JB, your favorite.
Bears.
Dylan, the Bears.
I think the Bears win double digits, and we see Caleb Williams in the playoffs this year.
Haas, where are you at with the
Dylan
Bears,
loves
man?
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I know he does. Haas, where are you at with the Bears, man?
Why were you not letting the people read the actual screen? Who's hitting it for 2 seconds and taking it down?
Caleb must get rid of the ball faster. This offense could suffer. It's based on timing and matchup. 100%. That is true in the Ben Johnson offense.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's like a Kyle Shanahan offense.
No, it's totally different than Kyle Shanahan.
Ben Shanahan's an energetic, hold you accountable juice type of guy, which I like about him.
Haas?
Sorry, Ken. But yeah, I will admit, yeah, y'all do got some good key players on offense. Like DeAndre Swift at running back, picking up DJ Moore from the Panthers, still got O'Duns. I do love the draft picks they picked up. Luther Burden from Mizzou and Colston Loveland from Michigan. I think he's going to be a good tight end. Defense-wise, I mean, even though he's out, I'm not going to pronounce that last name, but Amin, who do you think will go step up for him, whether if it's DeMarco Jackson or TJ Edwards? I don't know who's going to fill in for him at linebacker, but Caleb fingernail painting bitch ass Williams, like I always call him. I had no hope for him since he lost to fucking Tulane of all schools in the Cotton Bowl as the Heisman Trophy winner.
Tulane's got a good program, though, dude. They do.
They got a good medical field program. Yes,
Their
they
football
do.
programs, they're one of the best teams in the group of five, actually. They're top 25 most.
What's that got to do with the Bears, Jamie?
What?
What's that got to do with the Bears?
No, it's what does
I
it
don't
got to
think-
do? He's making fun of Caleb Williams for losing to Tulane.
That's fine.
Tulane-
That was like years ago in college. I'm over it.
Yeah, and Tulane can compete with most teams in the Power Five. They can. They're good enough.
Okay.
Not with the. I don't think they've been a
And
relevant.
they got
Sean-
Jake. Who's the guy they got
Who else
now?
you got,
at quarterback
Hoss?
from BYU, Jake Metzlaff or whatever.
Let's let Haas continue.
I got the
What else
Bears.
you got, Haas?
Oh God, I got. You thought the Vikings record was crazy. I got the Bears finishing 3-14, and
They
Tulane
are
ain't
a
been
good football school. They are now Tulane.
they ain't been relevant since Sean King played for Tulane. That was the last time they were really that relevant to watch.
Okay.
They're
And
a
what
top
have you got their
25
record at there, Hoss? We didn't hear it.
3-14.
Woo! That's a hot take.
Caramba.
I was that one too.
Rav, what do you got, man?
I'm not saying this only because Ken's here. I really believe this is going to be one of the most interesting stories, however it goes in the league, because they have a good roster, but I have no idea if they can put this together. Can Ben Johnson coach? Can Caleb Williams actually live up to his potential? I got a lot of questions. I mean, they have some players there. If you look at the roster and guys with potential, they really can actually make a deep playoff run. That's not crazy to say, but I have no idea if they can put it together. Can they actually take that step and do it? I'm doubting it. What I'm thinking is I kind of doubt it, simply because how strong the division is. I actually would feel better about them if they were in the South or a weaker division. But division, I think, is too strong, and there's just too many good teams, and they have too many questions for me to be comfortable saying, okay, they're going to win 10, 11, 12 games. So I do have them in fourth. But they might win 7 or 8 games still in this division. I mean, because I think they have enough talent to really do well.
Adam, where are you with the Chicago Bears?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. While he's doing that,
We got a couple of comments.
they've said that 49% of the tickets bought from MetLife Stadium for the Jets and Steelers game have been bought by Steelers fans.
I'm not surprised.
Maybe I just paused.
How do they know that?
Zip code.
They can tell from where the tickets are where they're being bought from.
Oh, okay.
So, believe it or not, I have the Bears going 8-9, but I had them going 4-2 in the division. So I don't know how that cancels out or anything, but I do have 4 of their wins coming in the division.
Because you probably have us losing to the AFC North. You're doing some homerism there. We get it.
Let me check. Browns, yes.
Someone burned on the screen.
Well,
Yes.
I felt like I'm never going to get invited back on.
No, I have the Bears. I have the Bears actually beating the Steelers and the Browns.
Okay.
So that's 6 of their wins.
I think I have everybody in the division beating the Browns, and that's on accident.
Anytime you shit Brown, it's accident.
Yeah, just
Anyway.
James Houston. That's why he's a Cowboy.
So I have the Bears going 8-9.
Well, you guys know what I think of Caleb Williams. I want to see what he does with Ben Johnson's setup. There's going to be a lot of expectations on him this year, and this is where I want to see what he does. Does he buckle under the pressure? He's in the 3rd largest media market in the country. They're not going to lay off behind New York and LA. And, when you sit there and you look at what's going to go down with this team, I mean, the fans are expecting a better team, even though they're bringing in a new head coach and that sort of thing. What's going to happen with the team? I don't know. The defense is going to be good. What's the offense going to look like? It's going to depend on 18. What does I personally have zero faith in him. You guys all know that. I want to see what he does whenever he's got to deal with the pressure of having not only the new system, but if the team starts out, let's say they start out 0-3, 0-4. People are not going to put the blame strictly on Johnson. They're going to put it on one guy, and that's Caleb. How's he going to handle it? Does he bounce back from it, or does he turtle the whole thing? That's what I'm curious to see what he's going to do.
Oh,
I don't know.
funny.
I have Chicago a little bit better, but not that good. So that's where I've got them. Ken, the floor is yours, buddy.
All right, so a couple things to set this up. I don't know who said the Bears' defense is a work in progress. Last year, they had a really good defense, and you saw actually the one thing Eberflus did well before he fired him, because when we fired him, that's when that defense nosedived, throwing off their numbers for the year. Secondly, in the first 3 meetings in the division last year, the complete margin of victory between all 3 teams for those games, 7 points between the 3, 2 3-pointer and 1 1-point games. This Bears team, even for as shitty as we were last year, is finding new and exciting ways to lose every week, was a good team. They lose to Washington on a Hail Mary, and that's how the wheels start to fall off, right? This team is loaded with talent, so much so that Luther Burden III, who changes his numbers more times before his first ever football game than some guys do in a career, because, yeah, he changed it again today, is actually probably 4th now. 4th. This is the guy who got a fully guaranteed contract and a 2nd-round pick. He's 4th on the depth chart now for the receiving room. Okay, behind behind Zacchaeus, Almeida Zacchaeus. He's 4th now. Oh, and then you've got Duvernay, who's going to be returning kicks. Jahadi Walker, who just made. I get it. It was against the 3s and 4s, those catches he caught from Bajent. But tell me those weren't phenomenal catches that didn't matter if it was a 1 or a 4. The where that ball was placed, it was him or nobody, and he made them. This team has got a ton of talent. Caleb, last year, threw for 3,500 yards, had 4,100 all-purpose yards, both Bear rookie records. Puts him 5th all-time on passing yard list in Chicago at 3,500 yards. That was with one of the worst O-lines in the NFL. Rushing-wise, Swift, who stayed healthy last year, 950 yards behind one of the worst rushing lines in the NFL. The Bears were ranked 30th in expenditure on O-line last year. They are now ranked 6th. They went out and got Tooney, probably the best guard one of the best guards, if not the best guard at his position in the NFL. They go get Jonah Jackson on the right. They get the guy that everyone wanted at center in free agency this year. And at depth, look at Ozzie. He's going to be backing up Darnell Wright, who's lights out. He's going to be due a paycheck soon, by the way. Ryan Bates is a serviceable center. Luke Newman, where the hell was this guy? He showed up at camp, and so Theo Bennett. And Braxton Jones, I think, is just fine at left tackle. In fact, people talking in Chicago, there's a left tackle debate. Really? Braxton sat and played with the ones from camp all the way through. I don't think there was ever a question. I think with Tooney being next to him, that limits – he's not worried about the guy who was right anymore. He doesn't have to worry. Now, look, I saw something in the comments about Caleb got to get rid of the ball faster. I agree. If you watch his progression last year, he didn't hold the ball as long. He started to get rid of it more, but also – when he would get rid of the ball quick, he was one of the 5 fastest in the NFL at 2.2 seconds per. So he's a dichotomy. But like I said, every team in the North has questions, and this is part of the questions for the Bears. How does that offensive line hold up, and does Caleb get rid of the ball quick, right? Defensively, my question isn't – I don't think they're a work in progress. This is a team that could be a top 5, top 10 defense easy out the gate. The question for me is, where the hell is Jalen Johnson? I don't like this leg injury. Sounds like the NHL. It's a lower body injury. What the hell is it? I fear my worst problem right now is a depth at corner. Okay,
Yeah,
the rest of it,
that's the way we get shit around here, Ken. We don't get any answers. All we get is the lower body injury. We don't really get any.
Look, we have not seen. No one has seen Grady Jarrett on the field yet defensively for the Bears. He didn't play at all in the preseason, right? Deo, limited snaps. Is he going to be the guy they think he is? I really, really love the guy behind him who unfortunately is now hurt, and that sucks. But Booker is – look, at the Bears, when they drafted Booker in the 5th round, they trade back in to get him. People are like, you need to wait. This kid should have waited a year. He's been a 1st or 2nd round pick when he bulks up and gets the NFL game. Well, he did that this year, and he looks like that. So if Deo is not the guy, when Booker comes back, I hope he's the guy. But this roster is friggin' talented, right? Like the rest of the North. They're friggin' talented. There's an arms race that's been going on in the North. The other question is Ben Johnson a great OC and a bad head coach? Or is he going to be a good head coach too? That's a legit question, because look at our defensive coordinator. Phenomenal defensive coordinator, was a shit head coach in NOLA, right? So we've seen that. I hope that's not the case. But the coaching staff he's put around him, really friggin' good. So, I mean, he's got the pieces. Could this team go deep? Yeah, they could go really deep. Could the wheels fall off and we find new and interesting ways to lose? That's always possible in Chicago. We're Chicago fans. We know this. They are going to be improved. 3 wins. I need to get the drug dealer that Haas has and see if he gives it for me free too, because there's no way they're only winning 3 games. Look at the NFC North is just freaking loaded with talent, and all 4 teams have legitimate questions that are right to ask. And I don't want to get all into the Bears Kool-Aid and say we're going to make a Super Bowl run, this, that. They've got the roster, Rav, you're right. They got the roster to go deep. The question is this, is Ben Johnson a good head coach, and does that offensive line hold up? And does your cornerback room stay healthy enough? And is Deo, do we get edge help for Sweat? I think if we can answer some of those in the affirmative, then the Bears go far this season. I'm not as worried about Caleb as some of you guys are. I saw enough last year to justify why we got rid of Justin Fields for him. The only improvements I need him to make is you don't have to be Superman all the time. Get rid of the ball sometimes a little better. Don't Big Ben it, right? That's my one complaint about him is he Big Bens it too much and holds it too long. Sometimes I would rather, you saw us towards the end of the year, he would just Justin Fields it and tuck it and run. I'd rather see Caleb do more of that this year than try to always look downfield. But I really love that about Caleb, that he's always looking downfield. But, man, with this wide receiver and tight end and running back situation, he's got weapons everywhere. If that offensive line is half as bad as it is was last year, the dude's going to throw for 4,000 yards before we know it. And he's going to have targets. And I think Colson was a great pick for him. And now you got him and Kmet. Ooh, and you know what I really love about Luther Burden the third, and then just I'll end on, what I really love, and you can see this is where Ben Johnson's kind of his approach is taking over. No block, no rock. Right? Did you see in the preseason games the blocks he was throwing down to spring scores for his teammates? I love that. And I love that attitude in Chicago right now. And I can see this team doing really well. It's not they're somewhere between 8 and 11. If we get a couple good calls, a couple plays our way, maybe even better than that. But like most of this division, my window for basically the entire division is between 8 and 11 for the most part, unless something really catastrophic happens and we find new interesting ways to lose, or we just take off out of the stratosphere and start putting up points like Joe Burrow.
All right. So now everybody, let's go 1 through 4 on the NFC South.
No, NFC
North.
NFC North.
NFC North, my bad. I'm sorry. On the NFC North, Ken, you're the one that has them all bunched up into one. So let's see what you got 1 through 4.
Like I said earlier, when you asked me this, I'm gonna give you the same answer as I gave you then. Flip a freaking quarter. First, last, flip a freaking quarter. I know you guys want 1, 2, 3, 4 pecking order. I'm not there. This division, if these guys can answer their questions in the affirmative, so it's going to come down to one play, one bad call by a ref, one good call by a ref. Something is small and insignificant is going to tilt this division one way or the other. Honestly, I think I will say this though. I think Minnesota and Green Bay have the toughest hill to climb because of because of the way the schedule goes for them early. With some of the, with Minnesota missing out on Addison for the first couple games, that's going to hurt, especially against the Bears. And with Micah being the pitch count against Detroit, that's going to really hurt. So honestly, I would say really, if I was to give you a top 2, bottom 2 right now, based on what we know today with some of the injuries and suspensions, I'd say top 2 are in no particular order, Detroit, Chicago, and the bottom 2 are Minnesota, Green Bay, in no particular order.
Jeremy, 1 through 4.
Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Rav?
Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears.
Adam?
I'm with Jeremy. Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Haas?
I'm also with that. Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears.
Dylan?
Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions.
Jamie?
Packers.
The 144 part, Jeremy, if you want to cut that out.
Yep, I got it.
Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
And I'm going Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears.
I'll say this real quick, Rich. With the way this division is, and I said it before, all 4 teams, you could see this division send at least 3. I think if we do send 4, it'll come down on a tiebreaker with a 9-8 team, because I don't see in the East anyone like more than one team winning 10. But this division, the NFC East, no. But this NFC North, they are a division that if things go right for this division, could send 4, but I think at least sends 3. If the team that misses out will probably still have a winning record, even though I don't think anyone's losing more than 8.
I do have one question. You guys who picked the Vikings to pick the Packers, rather, would you have done that last week without the Parsons trade?
Yes. I did.
I've been sticking with the Packers at 2 the whole time because I don't trust J.J. McCarthy because I was a Michigan fan.
I had the Packers at 1 before that trade was ever made.
I was going to pick the Bears to win the division before the trade. 100%.
I had the Lions winning the division.
The Micah Parsons trade.
I realize we haven't done the AFC North yet. We're going to do that tomorrow during Steel City Sports Talk. Hopefully we can get you guys in on this thing.
Who's all coming tomorrow? First off, hold on, Rich. Not to interrupt you. Who's all coming on tomorrow?
I can't.
I'll be on Hallis. I have the Bears show tomorrow.
Rav, are you coming on with us
tomorrow?
I have my show tomorrow. Like usually right before
I'm
you
on
guys.
Jeremy's show tomorrow.
Yeah, and then JB's show after that.
All right, so I'm saving my predictions for tomorrow, Rich.
Why don't we do a big combination and bring your show to JB's show and combine them at the same time?
Because all 10 of us won't fit.
10 will fit.
Right, 10, but you guys run 8 and we run 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Damn you, StreamYard, and your limitations.
Well, I mean, unless you have an NFC North team going to the Super Bowl, which is possible. I'm talking to Adam.
I haven't even gotten that far. I was going to do that all tomorrow after I finished my division. I didn't realize we were doing this tonight.
Hey, Adam,
we're not doing the North. We're not doing the North tonight, but we need to do our predictions before Thursday.
I've got an idea, guys. I've got an idea. How about
unless you want to just do straight Super Bowl and not worry about doing
Super Bowl picks? How about we just give Super Bowl picks? Let me think. Boss Hog.
Huh?
Big Hoss. Do you have an early Super Bowl prediction?
Yeah, I said Bills Lions in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Jermaine.
Bills Packers.
Choros.
I have Ravens and the Eagles.
Jeremy.
Ravens, Lions.
Mr. Bersky.
I have Bills and a representative of the NFC North that will win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm going to be going.
Packers.
Is that because the Bills are an acronym?
Yes.
Okay, just a second.
Nobody
have
likes to pay them.
Packers, Broncos.
Do I
Who
know?
has what?
Packers, Broncos.
Packers, Broncos.
That'd be a good one.
You good with doing yours, or do you want Adam, or do you want to wait?
I have not even gotten that far. I'm sorry, boys. I'm a little unprepared for that question right now.
Big Sexy and Adam.
Yeah, we were talking about it last
I'll
week.
say-
We were gonna do it tonight.
This is the other thing I had like on my channel. I announced this. So I had Lamar winning MVP. I had Hutchinson winning Defensive Player of the Year. I had
How about
Genty
comeback
winning
player of the year too, huh?
Yeah, he could.
Hutchinson. I think
Yeah.
Hutchins is the best player. He's going to have the best season of anybody on defense this year. Genty winning Rookie of the Year, and Vrabel
Hell
winning
yes.
Coach of the Year.
But before I go, would you rather me do my week 1 predictions real quick or give you my AFC North as quick as possible?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Since I got
AFC
double
North
duty
is
tomorrow,
fine.
I can run this quick. I'm not even going to drag. Just who you want me to start with first?
First to last.
Okay. I got Ravens winning the division. I have the Ravens being the best team in the AFC, have the best record in the AFC, just like the Detroit Lions. They'll be 14-3. I have them in a deep playoff run, possibly an AFC champion contender if they can get past Kansas City. Ravens got a very good football team to not get a deep playoff run. I think they get another deep playoff run. Let's see. Hopefully they can knock the Chiefs out early. Even though I claim the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, my second would be the Ravens and the Bills in the AFC title game. I put the Bengals second, but I feel like they're probably going to drop lower if Joe Burrow don't get no fucking protection, because he's going to end up in a goddamn wheelchair if he don't get no lineman to protect him. But
Or the Bengals defense is less stingy than glue.
Yeah, they need better defensive players too. But I had the Bengals finishing second at 11-6. The Steelers I have third, but healthy Aaron Rodgers. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all got a talented team, but it's the quarterback issue. Y'all can keep that going. I can see y'all going 9-8. And Cleveland, we already know the Cleveland shit. No Shadir Sanders playing. Joe Flacco's your starting QB. I got Browns finishing last at 8-9.
Don't forget about Pierre Strong, their running back, starting.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns. And week 1, Thursday night, I hope the Eagles decimate the fucking Cowboys. I hope they have the same score I had when I played it on easy level in Madden. I beat them like 53-3. Game in Brazil. Shocked they're not putting a team in green like the mistake they made last year, but I got the Chiefs beating the Chargers. I'm still picking the Saints over the Cardinals, even though they'll lose. I got Texans over the Rams. Dolphins Colts is my toilet bowl of the week, and I got the Colts beating the Dolphins. Steelers Jets. Shit, that's a fucking flip the coin. But if I'm correct, I think I picked the Jets. I'm gonna have to recall on that. I got the Commanders over the Giants. Jags over the Panthers. Travis Etienne wins over baby brother. Bengals beat the Browns. Bucks beat the Falcons. Seahawks beat the Niners. Broncos beat the Titans. Lions beat the Packers. Ravens Bills is my game of the week. And sorry, Rav, I had Buffalo winning that one. And Monday night, I got the Bears upsetting the Vikings. I would call it an upset, but I had them beating the Vikings Monday night. That's my picks for week 1.
And just to let everyone know before we get any more, the Super Bowl colors are Kansas City and Philadelphia.
The what? You have a rematch?
The Super Bowl colors.
The Super Bowl emblem colors are red and gold and green and green.
So they kept them the same color as last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I just wanted to throw that out there before you get too crazy in your thoughts.
Because last year they were Bills and Lions colors to start the year, and they changed it to that mid-season. Remember that, Bear?
With all them colors. The Super Bowl 60 colors got all different colors. So it's anybody's ball game.
When we have that Tampa Buffalo Super Bowl, just remember your guy said it first, okay?
I heard it loud and clear on September 2nd.
By the way, I do have a little bit of news out of North Carolina. Jordan Hamilton decided after UNC got beat so bad to enter the transfer portal. That's Bill Belichick's girlfriend, for those who don't know.
Jordan Hudson.
Yeah.
Jordan Hudson.
Hamilton.
They're
She's named after a river somewhere.
Yeah, they're supposedly bringing a quarterback off the transfer portal named Tim Brody.
Last I heard, she's entering the transfer portal.
That's what I just said.
That guy's been fooling people for so long. That didn't shock me at all. None.
I got what you think was the biggest. What you think was a little bigger or crazier? Florida State beating Alabama or freaking Tarleton State beating Army?
Florida State.
Florida State. I thought Tarleton would beat Army. I picked Tarleton to beat Army.
Service Academy is going to be beat. They never throw the ball. So
there's only one college football game that matters every year. Okay, there's
Army,
only
Navy.
Baby.
Army, Navy.
There's
Michigan
only
versus Ohio
Army,
State.
Navy. The rest of it doesn't mean shit. There's only one college football game that means anything. Go Army, beat Navy. End of story.
Army and Navy.
Well, Navy, sorry, buddy.
That's a boring game, though. It's just running the football.
I don't care. I love the
game that matters, Jamie.
I love the
I
traditional
like
pregame.
spread it out, no huddle like the rest of the teams do.
I love the
There
uniform.
again.
I love the uniform battles, and I love the pre-games with soldiers.
I think that actually, all jokes
Although the
aside,
one that I
might be
do
one
look
of the
forward to
hardest
is
tickets
Army
in
Navy
sports
game
to
this year.
get.
is looking at Christy. No,
It is.
Like they don't sell
Colors.
tickets to the Army Navy game and all that. That doesn't. I mean, it was way more expensive.
well, look at that. Look at
than I thought
Tulsa
it was
Gabbard.
to go to Army.
Where- is
There's
it
only
at?
there's only
that-
one game in college football called the game. Get it right.
Ohio
It's
State
Michigan
and
versus
Michigan.
Ohio State.
Where Ohio State wins the national championship, but they're 0-4 against Michigan. Oh my God, Ryan Day, congratulations!
With his Pierce fucking nipple too, by the way.
You
Barwin,
beat Notre Dame, but you lost to Michigan.
He's
I
about to
thought-
be 0-5. About to be 0-5.
I thought the Clemson loss was bad too. That
yeah,
was
the
bad.
Clemson loss was bad.
That was like
But-
you go down there and you lose at home like that. When,
Yeah,
and
Cabell would
Kubik
actually
really,
learn to
Kubik
take
really looked
transfers out of
bad.
the
That's not
transfer
good.
portal.
Did
If
you
Lee
see-
Corso wouldn't have predicted LSU to win the national championship, they wouldn't have won that game. They'd have lost.
Anyway,
FSU, Florida State.
did you
Yeah.
notice that Ryan Day looks like he's losing weight? I figured it out. He stole Matt Patrasha's defensive coordinator's Golden Corral discount card.
Or his Ozempic shots.
They look like brothers, Ryan Day and
They
Matt
do.
Patricia. Maybe they're secretly brothers. We don't.
Or
Yeah,
his
Ryan
by the way,
Day's gaining while Matt Patrasha's losing.
Next thing you know, man,
Going
Ryan Day will be on the face of Jet Black's Just for Men face and beard box.
Should be.
going back to
Just
Ken
to make
and
it, yeah.
Rab's point a minute ago, if you would like to get into the Army Navy game as it sits right this second on Tick Pick, your cheapest seat is going to be $533.
Is that at MetLife? Is that MetLife this year?
Yep. No,
That's
M&T
why.
Bank.
Oh, Baltimore?
I can't afford that. You kidding me?
I would love to go to Army Navy just to experience.
It's always either Philly or Baltimore, but yeah, $533 as we sit right now,
Well, they've been,
which will probably
Go ahead.
double before the game comes.
Yeah, they rotate between the two. They rotate.
but they've been
between-
moving it around to other places. They're going to have one in New England. They've been have one in DC because they were trying to get more. And it's just all that's done is made it more expensive.
They were
Joe,
supposed to go.
that's the man can get.
I can usually get tickets. I just haven't been able to go. I usually have a couple friends who go. I mean, I wonder why. But the whole game, the build up. Oh, by the way, one of the best battles in that game every year they have it. The drum line for Army versus the drum line for Navy. If you like drum lines, that they always have a battle somewhere around the stadium, and it is always a great show. Just that game in general is just look. It's the only game you're ever going to watch in any kind of profession, in any kind of sports, professional, college, otherwise, where the guys who are on the field, they're
They don't go
Their
pro. They go to battle after
their
that.
profession is literally to they've written a check up to include their lives to protect your freedoms to do whatever the hell you want. And as much as they hate each other in the field, the second that game's over, we're battling, right? We support each other. So it's the most unique game in all of sports, and it's the only college football game that matters.
And you'll have 10 passes the whole game.
Maybe, yeah.
No line. Like the whole thing will be.
I mean,
yeah.
every so often, it's funny though, because every so often, Army or Navy will think they can get a vertical game and try to throw the ball, but it just ends up being a muscle run game every year. I think was it last year or the year before the Army thought they could go vertical and it didn't work out so well for them. But the great, look at the traditions of that game. Yeah, it's going to be an old school football, run it down your throat kind of game. You don't want to ever sing first. You always want to sing second.
Yeah,
I mean, everything with that game that goes around it. I don't care about the NCAA and national championship where you've bought and paid your way into the playoffs by bribing the right officials to vote for you to get in, even though you have 15 teams that are undefeated and strength of schedules, blah, blah, blah. There's none of that with Army Navy. It just is what it is. The most important college football game on the planet.
Look, I was blessed to see the cadets in person, and because a couple years ago they came to Tiger Stadium for the first time. And real quick, I don't know if you could see it. When they came to town, we painted the end zones camouflage. That was pretty damn sweet. The Army fan base are the most generous fans you will ever meet in your life. They are we gave them the greatest hospitality they can ask for. And the only time, because they have been warned, it was all over freaking news and everything. They have been warned once, and that was before the game, to the student section to not get vulgar on Army's football team, because that's the only time I've never heard the student section play neck to an opposing team. When Army ran out the tunnel, they gave them a standing ovation. They did not get booed. Anytime they made a complete first down, they gave them an ovation. And where I sat at, where my season tickets were by the visitors section, but there was nothing but Army cadets, and they are so spirited with their football team. I love their little chants they did in their, I don't know if you want to call it a student section or whatever with the cadets, but seeing them at halftime, I felt like I was watching an HBCU band like Grambling or Southern. They were spectacular at halftime with the cadets. It was one of the best halftime shows I ever saw. Even though we blew them out 42-0, it was an honor to see these men who, after the Army-Navy game, they go away to war. They don't go to the NFL. They don't go to pro or nothing. They go to battle. And I ran into a few cadets after the game, and I gave my support, say, thank you for your service and everything.
Hey, Hoss, if the Army ever comes back to LSU, I might have to make the drive out there with you to go sit in that game with you.
Yeah, that was I feel like that was a once in a lifetime. I would love for them to come back, but that was a great experience. And I thought they were saying in the future they were going to try and play a game at Soldier Field.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. I might actually fly up to Chicago for that.
They threw other stadiums, they threw DC, they threw Gillette Stadium, MetLife Stadium, Soldier Field. I think they even threw in Lambeau Field, as a future Army-Navy site. They're throwing random NFL stadiums.
Soldier Field makes sense because obviously not just the name is Soldier Field, but the whole that stadium, for people who don't understand, is dedicated to the soldiers of World War I. Was how it started, right? That whole complex in Chicago is dedicated to service members, so that makes a great place for Army-Navy. I'm sorry, that's the only college football game I really watch with any consistency. And I get really mad if I miss it for any reason whatsoever. But the funny story is when Army finally, we beat the curse, so to speak, and there's some great stories of that. But I was stationed up here at a Navy installation. Every person from my command got their cars pulled over at the gate and thoroughly searched and inspected like we've never had searched and inspected before, because Navy was so salty we beat them. So that inter-service rivalry kind of happens. But yeah, not only were we the biggest command on the post, but we beat them for that game. That was a great week on post.
Oh, I always like when y'all have the uniform battles, who got the best crazy uniform for that rivalry, because y'all always go out with those two, both teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a lot of fun. Hey, I can't wait. 2 more wake up, guys. 2 more wake ups, and we got some NFL football, man. I cannot wait this offseason.
We got a Cowboys ass whooping.
Unlike last year, and I don't know how it felt to you guys, but I know for JB and myself, and especially with doing the morning show every day, last year's offseason kind of droned a little bit. This year, man, this has been a good offseason. There's been a lot of good stuff to talk about this offseason. It's just I can't believe we're already at the start of the season come Thursday.
It was great until the month of June. June dried up quicker than prunes for news.
This June wasn't as bad as last June, though.
I
think last June was a lot worse. But anywho,
I gotta go, guys. So you guys can keep going. Definitely this week, Wednesday, Ravery Sports Podcast. This week we're gonna go over the first time we're gonna go over regular season games. Big 5 this week, 5 biggest games on the schedule, obviously. So we're going to go over that. And yes, we're still going over baseball here down the stretch. Orioles still losing every game. So we're going to go ahead and still talk about that. Ravery Sports Podcast. Definitely subscribe on YouTube and Twitter.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Appreciate you coming through.
You guys have a good one.
Have a good one. Hey, Rob, you need to talk. Talk to them Raven guys who booted us, man. What's up with that?
Yeah, and also,
I'm gonna have to bug out here shortly too, man. We're past 2 hours now.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta get
I
going
gotta
too.
get going too.
I want to say thank you everybody who's watching, all the people that commented from my channel and the other channels. Check out our shows. You know, there's Driving to the Top Productions here. Make sure you hit that notification bell. There's my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City's Lions. There's our channel for Ken and myself, that is the Huddle Sports Network. Also, check out Ken the Bear Fan on X, Smoking Jeremy on X, Hurricane on X, I believe it is. Oh, no, Sports Talking It. Excuse me.
Sports
that's his
Talking It.
nickname.
Just to let everyone know, you won't be able to watch Ken for a couple of weeks because he'll be on the boat unless he sneaks away.
He doesn't leave till week 2. He'll be here all week. But he's gonna fly in and his arms will be tired.
Yeah, no doubt.
There you go.
No doubt.
That being said, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. I did post my first article of the season on the Motor City Tribune, so you can find my articles on the South Florida Tribune under the Motor City Tribune heading because they own it. Have a great night, everybody.
Jeremy, let me know if that tags you in the comments whenever I posted the video.
It does.
Did?
Yeah, every time.
Well, I tagged your name today in it.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. It came up live on here as soon as we went live.
I was just checking.
Yep. I get a notification every time. Thank you, guys.
Yes,
Thanks,
Jeremy,
Jeremy.
we'll see you next two. All right.
So yeah, I guess because now the cat's kind of out of the bag. Hey guys, I won't be here for the next 2 weeks because after the Bears beat Minnesota Monday, the very next morning I wake up at dark early to fly out on vacation. Next Tuesday I might be on though from a hotel from an undisclosed location as we make our way on vacation. But for the how many people are watching right now from Ken the Bear Fan?
Like 110, I thought.
140 or so. Yeah, 140
142.
there. Yeah, so I'm going to try to at least share the show out this next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday after the Bears Lions, I will miss that week altogether. Sorry, guys. But you can catch me at Ken the Bear Fan. Catch all the JB shows there. I post them all there. The Driving to the Top shows, I try to repost to my thread, if not at least Twitter groups that my other account belongs to, which is Talking Sports. So I use that account to get this show out to all of you. And you can catch me on the Huddle
Thank you
Sports.
for that very much.
Yeah, no, I love doing it, even though it takes me 6 minutes now. And I'm fine with that because I'm still adding more teams. If your fan base is not represented and you're on Twitter, please hit me up at Ken the Bear Fan so I can add your fan base to the other account.
Like the Ravens.
It'd be the Ravens booed us because, we're not Ravens only. But thank you to Bills Mafia, Big Blue, and all those guys who let us in. There's a lot of team Twitters that let us in. Thank you. And thank you for your participation. And now we just need you to start making comments about your teams. It'd be great. But you can catch us on the Huddle Sports app as well on Roku and Fire TV. And I'm going to steal some thunder as well. You can start catching Driving to the Top shows on the Huddle here coming up shortly. Some will be there in their normal time slots. Some will be at their abnormal time slots to fit around that shows that we already have. So we're kind of bringing this all together, driving to the huddle, as we like to say. Enjoy being with you guys every week. Tomorrow, of course, in the morning, you can catch me at Ken and Ken at 10 a.m. On my X account, as well as I'm actually at YouTube as well at Ken the Bear Fan. You can also, tomorrow night, we have the Bears show at 7 p.m. Central, and then JB's show right at the conclusion of that, another roundtable, much like this, which Jamie will be at on there, JB's there, and a couple other guys. Love these roundtables we do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Probably my favorite shows of the week, to be honest with you, because we just talk football, no trash talk. We just say it how we see it. So yeah, man, I'm gonna miss you guys for the next couple of weeks. We'll see if the wife lets me get on from the hotel. At minimum, I'll at least forward it all out. But I'm gonna miss you guys for the next 2 weeks, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna be on vacation, Ken, and you're gonna enjoy life. That's what you're gonna do.
I need a break.
You're gonna go to Chicago and get a deep dish Hawaiian pizza.
Not Hawaiian, please.
Yes, get it Hawaiian. It's really good.
And I'm gonna
really
get. I'll get me some
Pineapple
Portillo's
doesn't belong on pizza.
I'll get me some Portillo's as well. But the one thing I'll tell you what, this is the first vacation where I haven't lobbied to get Chip's Wi-Fi. Like I'm like, I don't even want it. I want to totally disconnect. We're doing an Alaska cruise. I've never heard anything bad about an Alaska cruise, but I do find it funny. This is the first cruise I've ever packed for where I'm packing jeans and sweatshirts instead of flip-flops and shorts. So looking forward to a little bit. Yeah, looking forward to a little bit of a disconnect, but I am upset that I'm going to miss some of the week twos. I like the Bears Lions game is going to be a big one with Ben Johnson going back. That's going to be a huge game, but I get to watch your guys' show when I get back and catch up on what I missed. Hopefully, if I have time to do all that. But yeah, love being here with you guys, and we'll keep sharing it, and we'll figure out some way for that Tuesday I'm not here to maybe get, and who knows, maybe we'll be a port or close to the shoreline and I can forward it. But I'm not doing ship's Wi-Fi, man. Because for those who don't know, when I go on vacation, I'm always on shows. I've been on shows from the back of a cruise ship, in a stateroom of a cruise ship, from a balcony of a resort. It doesn't matter where I am in the world, I usually get on, but this is the one time I'm making an exception.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
You can get me at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. You can also get me at Sports Talking It. That is my main account. That is the one where you can really find me. You can get me over there at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube as well. Hit that like, subscribe button, guys. I got to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been an awesome show. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night with AFC recap. I'll have a better shot at my playoff and Super Bowl predictions as well, because I didn't know we were going that far. That's my fault for having selective hearing, like listening to a wife sometimes. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. So go ahead, someone take it over.
I'll go. Find me at Big House 337. Show on the go you can find on X and Instagram at onthego_TXLA. I'm also on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, my show every Wednesday. Main time is 9 p.m., but tomorrow I'm pulling double duty. I'm doing one half of the show at 7, the other half at 9. But you can watch it either on Driving to the Top's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, on Adam's X, because I added on there as well, and Facebook page. And it will also be one of the shows you can catch with Huddle Sports, but it won't be at that time. I think it's going to be like on demand the following business day once we get that situated. That's going to be one of the shows you can also catch. Not live, but you won't catch it live. You can catch it after it's live. We're working on that too as another destination to watch it. And I need to get my show to the Who Dat Nation and the Texans fans too, like you were talking about with the fan bases on Huddle Sports. Exactly. Like I need to get my X account to get some followers and get more followers and listeners that are ones to tune in to come check me out live if they don't want to wait till the following business day. So,
well, for those of you in Saints Twitter watching, because we are in Saints Twitter night, follow Big Hoss. And if you don't, I'm not sending there, but I am sending to the Saints Twitter. So, Saints Twitter, follow Big Hoss. And if you're in Steelers Twitter, the two guys up here at the top, the other two guys, you need to follow them too. And we're in both Steeler Twitters tonight because there's two of them.
Jamie, I think you're in the Bills Mafia Twitter, right? And you're in the Bills Mafia.
There's two of them. One's 10K, one's 5K, and we're in both.
Yeah, I think I am. Mm-hmm.
I think you are. I think we signed up for that one.
Yeah, I'm sending to there tonight as well. Thank you, Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia is awesome.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Yeah.
Finish us off, Rich, and close it out. Or no, Jamie still got to go too.
Jamie, go ahead.
All right, for my 18-minute ending, as Jeremy calls it.
I was going to say, it takes about as long to do your ending as it does to do the whole podcast. Go ahead, bro.
Does it take longer than Caleb Williams painting his fingernails? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, go ahead, man.
I just wanted to say that. Anyway, Gillette, the best a man can get, unless you're Caleb Williams. Anyway, anyway, you guys can follow me, yours truly, on Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist at DJ Dog Tags on X, theforkball.com, and StadiumRant.com, where I write about all sports. You can catch me on Driving to the Top Productions starting every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m., where Joe Dalio and I do a show called the Buffalo Sports Conversation Room. We just recorded our second episode of season 3. So you can check that out. Then you can check me here every 9 o'clock p.m. also on Tuesday with me, Adam, Big Hoss, Big Rich, Ken the Bears fan, and Jeremy on Open Sports Mike. You could check us that here too. And then Wednesday night, I go over to the Huddle Sports Network, where Smoking, Jeremy B, Ken the Bears fan, and Ken, Kitty Ken, Packers fan.
Meow.
Is
Meow.
also on there. On the NFL Roundtable Talk, where you can catch us on that show on your Roku TV Fire Stick, wherever you get your podcasts. And then starting next year on Thursday, me, Adam, and Jeremy will be doing season 2 or season 3 of the UFL. So thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and ring the bell for notifications. For more content on Driving to the Top Productions, you can visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you very much for listening. And it's 2 days away from the NFL, and we'll see you next week right here on Driving to the Top Productions for Open Sports Day, where we will be talking about games that actually count. Good night, everybody.
16 minutes, 45 seconds. He took 15 seconds off.
You can get me on Twitter at BigRich8371 on my Facebook page, just under my name, Rich Richardson. Of course, here on Driving to the Top Productions, Monday night, Two Tire Change, our NASCAR program here on the show. Playoff season is here, and lots to get into with all of that, as well as silly season with guys changing teams. And of course, if you haven't been following this whole deal with Michael Jordan 2311, that's a whole different disaster to follow. You can also get, me and Adam on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, Steel City Sports Talk, where we get into everything Pittsburgh sports, Steelers, Pirates, etc. And then, pop in occasionally. I know I was part of Rav's thing last week with the Ohio State-Texas game and things of that nature. So definitely, like Adam said, thank everybody for being a part of the broadcast tonight. And if nobody's got anything else, until next Tuesday night, right here, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, for another open mic night, minus Ken the Bear fan. I'm Big Rich. So long, everybody.
Hey, remember,